That is such a him thing to do. Anyway, moving on. So, we're just about ready to start. Has everybody got their dice calculators or rollers or whatever you're using ready? Judging about how it's been 2 hours,
Seconds. Now I have it.
I don't have it.
Well, that's because... Yeah.
That's my second of the night.
Because I'm small.
Please don't make it a third.
Facepalm? Did you facepalm with me? I facepalmed to the same
I'm trying to find the link again.
I'll send you the link if you want me to send you the link, Michael. If this will hurry you up.
Yeah, if you want. Right. Never said.
It's not if I want, it's if you need it. Do you need it?
Well, if you want.
Don't play that game. Don't play that game.
I'm not putting it till you say you need it, because I'm not gonna just put it, because you're being lazy. If you actually can't find it, then I will give it. But you actually have
the level.
Not.
If you want.
Okay, well I guess you'll have to look for it yourself if you're gonna keep being like that, Michael.
The only thing is I already have it. That's the funny thing.
Then why are we having this argument?
Open it!
Because I'm bored as fuck and I wanted to say a conversation.
If we started, we could have as many conversations. We'd have
Actually,
a fucking 4-hour long conversation. Come on!
But then I remember I don't really like to have a conversation with you.
Just you specifically.
You can talk to me during the game. We've been over this, that's allowed.
I don't know which one I want. I got so many for her now. I'm just gonna keep it this one.
You want the green one?
No, I do not want the green one. The green one looks ugly. I'm not getting the green one.
I just said the green one because I looked at a common gun, which is green.
Being a...
Oops,
Like I care.
Yeah, you... Whenever Matt's here, he always swears, so it's all good. Anyway.
I'm on Ducky's side with this one. What's the fun in having what's the fun in having normal videos? Come on, it's age restricted or nothing.
Yeah, I understand. It is very...
I find it dumb to swear.
Like, they're just like...
Okay, Colors.
My name is...
Colors. You're cutting out on the PlayStation. What are you doing? Let me guess, you loading up Rainbow Six. Yeah, I had a feeling you were.
Just so you know.
I had a feeling you were, because you're cutting out. See what I mean? Well, that's...
okay. Is it fixed?
No.
Fixed?
No, you're still putting in worse than me.
Yeah, worse than Michael.
So don't use my name.
Michael isn't cutting out for me.
Oh, come on, dude. How often do I do it? Just...
I know, but
You really that fussed about it? I'll try, okay? I'll try.
What? Try?
I'm gonna try calling him Apple instead of the other one.
Oh, I did that the last he has actually been here, so.
Because I swear you guys just got lazy on me and everyone else is like...
Am I still cutting in and out?
Little bit, but it's like, it's good enough, it's good enough, let's just start. Okay, so... We got a fire, okay, so we're starting off with the... right ear group, so that's Colors and Ducky.
No.
Yes, we are.
And then Ducky.
Oh, really?
Colors and my
In that case,
yeah, because remember she's always...
In that case, it's order on Rose and then Kitten.
No, yeah. You are, yeah.
Okay, so
No, man, I was just about to say,
whose character sheets do I need up? I need Rose's.
Oh, can I give a quick can I do a quick explanation to the thing?
Sure, go for it.
Why this male is playing So basically, during this series, Ducky is going to be going gay for my character, but not really because he's playing a female, but it's still gay in real life, okay?
So what?
So that's why I'm always trying to push that one character stream, just so you know.
This is exactly.
It's fine when Razor's not coming on to me, okay? As soon as his character is, I'm gonna be creeped out too, okay?
Even in a blooming...
why have we got to this?
Even in
the stream can't hear Ducky, and I don't think Apple can either because he's cutting out on the PlayStation. Yeah. But
that's fine. Kit doesn't talk to Apple anyway.
What I'm saying is, and this is just for the entire series. It's kind of like I don't remember what I was gonna say. In a game like Dungeons and Dragons, it's okay to get immersed with the character that you play. If you play a female character, it's okay to act like a girl. It's okay. No judge.
Yes, yeah. I'm not judging him. I'm just explaining to them why I'm being so
right. Confused. I'm explaining it to the people that don't know at home.
Yeah, it's also the one reason why his character is always following my character. Yeah.
Okay
Fuck then. You bitch ass enemy.
Okay. So a quick recap for last episode for let's call you guys the Afari group.
What an original name.
Oh yeah, Michael, are you coming back on this now? That it's fixed now for me?
Please don't. No. Just stick where you are, please, everybody.
Okay.
I had enough of blooming new guys.
Michael's so pissed off with Rainbow, he sounds dead inside. Listen to his voice.
He always sounds dead inside. Nothing has changed.
No, but there's a tiny little light.
Hopelessly naive.
And I can't hear him over you. Go again, Michael.
I am getting tired.
Yeah, you see, he agrees.
Nothing wrong with being dead.
There is nothing wrong with being dead.
Technically, I'm surprised he didn't make his character.
Why? Why did you bring that up?
Would be too, technically, if he was a zombie in the game, it'd be too real to real life.
You fight like a white belt.
What did he say? He said about it.
He says if you were a zombie in DnD, it'd be too realistic.
No, you got a point there.
It's just agrees. Do you want to get? Oh yeah, are you gonna allow Kit to do his backstory for the people at home?
If he that's something that he chooses when to say. So some people. Well, you don't have to. Some people will keep it a secret. Other people say it at first opportunity. So it really comes down to when you feel that you have time for it, in the sense of the roleplay itself. So if you're sitting there doing nothing, then that's when you would usually talk about it.
Or you can just be like me and just be mysterious.
I think I'm better at the mysterious thing than Colors is.
No, I'm just saying I'm being mysterious by not telling the backstory. I know your backstory anyway.
You don't know what? Yeah, you know Afaris, that's it. And
that's what I'm on about.
That's because I made the mistake of making...
That was when I was gonna be the DM, you know?
This game's actually quite fun if you actually take the time into actually...
So are you gonna do the recap now, Razor, so we can start? Or are you gonna just back and forth?
You know, as soon as my headset starts working and now fucking everything's going wrong, give me a second. Don't fucking start, you. Alright, so, backstory for the Afari group. So, when we left, you guys can hear me, right? Because I don't want to have trouble with that now. Okay.
Oh, I just realized one major flaw in our plan. Your character's really attached to Matt.
Oh no, don't worry about it. I already got it. I already got it all sorted out. Okay.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah, just in case you're wondering, Matt's not here this, obviously, because you haven't heard him yet. Matt is not here today, so... Well, yeah, because usually he would talk by now. Shut up. I love doing that. Anyway, so... when we left off with the Afari group, you guys were staying the night at Afari's new house. I'm saying new because she just realized she owns it. Kit was in...
I'll be back.
He can...
I'll be on my phone, but I can't be in the game at this time. I ain't gonna play this bad.
Kit was in... Kit had her own room.
I'm amazed we let you live, Cheetah.
You can't kill what you can't catch.
And then Emma was next to yours.
I'll take care of both now.
And then it was Rose and fucking Alderon. And then Afari had...
Who the hell is Emma?
Yeah, Emma's Matt's character. Yeah, and Carlos just brought up a really good point. Rose does not like Kit.
I could beat you one-handed.
No, just roleplay wise, doesn't like her.
At least make it interesting.
I measure up. You don't.
Don't worry, it makes sense to me. Righto, have fun with that, mate. So yes. You bitch, I mean, you nice guy. Kid 2017. Why was I gonna say 2014? Why was that the first date that came into mind? You know what? You know what? I am living in the past. The past was so much better. I didn't have to worry about school grades or anything. It was so great.
The weeping angel on your shoulder?
I was so depressed.
No, you arguing with that stupid
Oh,
professor.
shut up, you. I do too go to school. Just not this week.
I'm probably not next week either.
Oh no, I'm going next week. Don't worry about that. Oh yeah. Goodbye.
I can tell you how happy I am.
I feel like waiting for Colors to get back.
What is really fun in that thing?
Go on a full recap. Do you want me to go back to the very beginning then? I was just going to do where we left off, but I can go back to the very beginning. Okay, so backtracking because of Colors.
Is he on the phone?
No, he went to the toilet at the worst possible time. Not saying you can. You did have to bring your phone with you though. Anyway, moving on. So, I guess for a further recap,
Robin wins.
We started with group of Afari waking up in an unknown land in a forest, which seemed rather familiar to the one they left. Not the point. But they quickly made some new friends in this land. Well, a new friend, Afari, who has a Hellion at her beck and call.
So those you
Bullshit.
Begin.
So what?
I am perfection.
That is true. You both found her. End of story. Either one of you would have found her. Although Alderon did have the advantage. With his whole new 8 perception and fucking scan abilities that I really shouldn't have given him. No, it's okay. We gotta have one character that's actually useful outside combat. It's practically useless inside combat, hence he's getting the sword. At least he knows. Yeah, we're talking about colors.
I think you'll be there.
Yep. Anyway, moving on. So, you guys quickly found the drow town, village, and now you're staying there tonight. Obviously, as usual, Colors went shopping. As usual. Oh yeah, and everybody realized except Kit, because they went there, your money was stolen too. Presumably by Drax, but we don't know for certain. Yeah, but you didn't have your stuff stolen. He didn't know you were there. Drax didn't know you... Either way, you got what you got. I still really want to wait for Colors to actually get started, because I'm sick of it just being me and Michael in the party. The recap's practically done. Don't worry, it's nothing important.
No,
Who cares if I don't need to go in full detail over my character. But fine. Fine, I'll do it just for you. I'll do it just for you. Am I level 3? Yeah. Okay, so with Afari, the new drow commander of the Hellion, she actually lived in this town prior, and she was raised by somebody in this town, who we now found out that has passed away rather recently.
Which of us is louder?
But she left her estate and just about everything she owned to Afari. So now Afari not only has a house. What? Oh yeah, Afari, good point, Michael. Afari is a tamer, as you guys know, because you've come across Hellions before. Tamers control Hellions, you guys know this, from Kari. Was it Kari? Was that what I called her? Well, I'm sure somebody would have filled you in. Realistically, from a roleplay point of view, somebody in your party would have told you.
Black Canary wins.
Yeah, so Colors told you. Colors told you, okay? Colors told you when you met Afari. Okay, but so Afari and Emma actually ran off together while you guys went shopping. So you guys don't know what actually happened in between that and them meeting you up at the campsite.
Back off, Snart.
Or what?
I'll scream.
Begin.
Yeah, it kinda wasn't, because you guys heard it anyway. Oh fuck, this should not be working. Sorry, yeah, so we learned that Afari is actually rather emotional despite how she looks.
Can we skip the 10 count?
Anyway, you almost done, man. This is fun, actually. It's such a shame that they can't hear you.
Black Canary wins.
It really is. Oh my god, we heard that from your PlayStation headset. You wait for his mum to get angry. It's coming.
You must really
It's coming.
want to get hurt.
Yeah, I don't think so.
What? You're not insured?
Begin.
Yeah, really good to know. Thanks for that pointless information. Oh, sorry, I zoned out. What are you talking about? What? Oh, fuck.
Can we skip the 10 count?
That is true. Sorry this has taken so long. We weren't expecting this at all, but it's almost started. I'm hoping so. Yeah, I love how Colors was going on about us having to start, and now we're waiting on him.
Black Canary wins.
It's just occurred to me that this volume might still be too loud, so hopefully I have time to change it down a little bit before we actually get started.
Begin.
And now there's a microwave going. Now, I'm with Ducky here. Why are you now in your fridge?
Don't make me cry.
Wow, the person from Perth can't feel the cold. That's okay. The person from Lithgow can.
I'm wearing body shorts with fucking t-shirt, and then I just at night time. And then during fucking summer, I'm wearing like a full-on jacket. I'm wearing a full-on fucking hoodie with like trousers.
Yeah, but ultimately you're from Western.
Black
You're from
Canary
Western.
wins.
Come on, dude. It's hot over there.
I know, that's why I'm surprised you're not like, wait, what? You really wear fucking hoodie and trousers during...
For me, negative 10.
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know.
Skull-shaped ship's a bit obvious.
Fear
Although-
facilitates
You can continue with the game now, I'm back.
Tentacles just
Hello.
make it
Oh,
silly.
well, yeah, I gotta fucking deal with my audio settings. Because I don't...
Oh, okay.
Unless somebody wants to check my stream to see what the audio fucking differentiation's like.
On that.
Yeah,
I'll go right on.
righto.
Oh, I really want to sing a song right now, but I can't.
No.
Sorry. That really shouty one too. Yeah. That one. You know that one, Razor?
No, I do not know that one because I could barely hear you.
Know your thoughts.
Do not sing it.
Why? Fucking AO.
Audio only. Duh.
The audio is perfect.
Is it? Okay, I'll trust your word. See, you heard it here first. Color said it's perfect. If it's not, it's his fault.
Well, Michael's... We can't deal with that because he's doing a bit.
He's doing a bit?
Like, it's clear my voice is really clear, so like...
Yeah, but what is it like compared to the
It's
game?
fucking quiet as fuck. Oh, I can't get the game at all.
Really? That's weird. Okay. Okay.
No, during if you have if you it's your adjust audio mix. That's what's.
Well, I haven't changed it, so.
If you have party, have you got party or have you got it on non-party audio?
I wonder what.
You're thinking of something different.
If you have it.
No, you're thinking of something different, but doesn't matter. Your point is, the audio's fine. You've heard it from colors. So we can get started, no problem.
Yeah,
I don't need to change anything.
But the party, I know, but I'm just saying, like that's what will actually be.
I love how
the volume for you.
I love how true to form. It's taken us half hour to actually start. Matt would have loved this.
Yeah, I'm loving it right
he
now.
would have loved when I was doing the intro like 5 times too.
Oh yeah, that was
People say I
great.
got fucked up
I'm
now.
tempted to call him and just go, "Get a big boy in!" Like do whatever, just to see his reaction.
It doesn't hang up.
Yeah. Anybody got some fucking Nurofen? Hang on, I'm gonna go grab some Nurofen.
I already taken
Nurofen, really? You need Panadol, mate, not Nurofen. Come on.
Actually, I'm gonna take a pen. So Dougie's over here like, what the fuck are they talking about?
Kitten doesn't even know what the fuck it is. Yeah, he's down in the country. He's not up. Yeah. Anyway. Okay, do you think can we continue now, Rosa?
I'm actually done. I'm waiting for you guys. I'm waiting to see who wakes up first, all that kind of stuff. Come on, hurry up.
Do you want us to do? You tell us to do our fucking initiation rolls then. Come on.
No, yeah, okay, fuck it. I'll do that then, just for you. Everybody make an initiative roll, which...
Do we plus anything? Is it our perception? Or like, what is it?
I'm pretty... for early morning... this time I'm gonna go a bit different and I'm gonna say no, just because of what's going on. Yeah, just D20 straight up.
I got 17.
17... Hang on. You got 20.
What? Oh, did you get a 20? Oh, okay.
19. Okay, so...
I beat him though. I would beat him though if it was plus perception.
It's not though, is it?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. You should actually do it off like stamina or something. Like you should add like a stamina stat.
Yeah, we shouldn't. We really shouldn't.
We really should or shouldn't?
Shouldn't. I keep
No, it wouldn't be a point we could put points into. It would
Also-
be one that would level up.
Colors, don't forget, you also gotta roll for Rose, and Michael, sorry you don't do this. I keep
So I'm actually allowed, I'm allowed to roll for Rose now? Okay.
Yes, I said that last time. I will, just keep... Keep an eye on
14.
Messenger, like I said last time. Keep an eye on Messenger.
Oh,
Oh, okay. You know what the funny thing is? I double pressed it by accident and it went
Rose.
14 then 4. Oh god, that would have been terrible.
14. And you got a 16, 17, what did you get first?
I got 17.
17, okay. And... Okay.
Remember, we're all in different rooms, so whatever's happening, like, there has to be like...
Okay, Ducky, you're up first. You're still in your catfolk themed room, the one on The one closest to where you came
I love
in
how.
from.
Wait. What color is the room me and Rose picked? Did you...
That's just like they're all just wooden rooms. They don't have a color.
I meant like the theme. I meant the theme because.
Nothing. Yours isn't themed. Yours isn't themed. The catfolk one was because the catfolk one was for unknown reason. Actually, I think I mentioned. I'm just gonna play it safe and say I don't know. And then Afari's in the end one, which is bigger. Also not themed. That you know of.
Okay. Well, can you hurry up and just get out of your fucking bed, Kit, so we can get this shit going?
Maybe he likes to stay in his bed.
No, you do not have a porch. You have a window. You have a window. Yours faces outside. You can see down the little hill to the rest of the village. No, the sun seems to be coming from behind you. Is it? Double check. Hang on. Actually, yeah, sorry, you do. The sun's right over the treetops that you can see in the distance. Past the lake. Past the river that you can see. You know it's morning. You can't get exact time.
Yeah, boy. Oh, you guess what I'm playing?
I'm guessing
colours.
colours.
My roots. I'm playing Fuse.
It's alright.
Oh, the fuck? He went behind the shield. Did not save him from my Fuse.
Okay, so hang on. You exit your room? You exit your room? Okay. As you exit your room, you see Afari standing there by the door that you came in from.
I was wondering why it went quiet.
So yeah, Afari said the door is closed. You absolutely can.
Tell Kit I'll be back in like 5 seconds.
So Kit walks over to Kit sees Afari. She walks over to her to say hi. Afari says hi back. She looks up to you. She's got a little tear in her left eye, but her voice is normal for her.
And Kit can't do anything because she is shy.
Is everything okay? She looks up at you and says, yeah, everything's fine, but Emma seemed to walked off during the night. I don't know where she might have gone.
That she won't wake up.
And
my friend won't wake up!
Yeah, and also you look to your right and you see that the door to the room where Emma was sleeping in was jarred open. Is jarred open. No, sorry, I just realized what that might have been interpreted as. It's open a little bit just to see into the room, like it's not... So, yeah, I just realized what you might have been thinking there.
You and your perverted mind, Razor. Naughty boy. Naughty boy, you.
Hey, that's him, not me. Anyway, and it's at this point...
Pick up on it.
It is at this point that Alderon wakes up. Alderon, you're still in your bedroom. You don't hear this conversation. Rose is sleeping next to you. All of that good stuff.
Okay, I'm gonna wake Rose up, obviously.
Okay, yep.
Slight tap on the shoulder.
Remember, you play Rose as well, so this is all you, man.
No. That's not that. You still have to play it, but I just do the role.
No, you're role playing both characters. Have fun.
No, we didn't agree on this.
Yes, we did. I said it last episode. You're role playing both characters because you're now a couple. Oh yes, I did because you're now a couple. You now control both.
Well,
it makes it easier on me.
Control fucking Michael's.
No,
or is he now controlling his?
No, he's now controlling his as well.
Okay. So we're saying okay.
Ducky's freaking out.
Out with a kiss, and yeah. So anything happen in the room? Because you said because of the situation we're in, we couldn't add anything. So I'm just wondering like, what the fuck's going on.
Fighters approaching
Friendly.
Fortress of
Are we getting
Solitude.
bandit raids right now? Like, what the fuck?
So do you go outside or you're just sitting in the room?
How will you survive my own
Well, I wake Rose up and then,
Yeah, I know that.
See to that.
we go out there. We get dressed.
Okay, so you go out. So you walk out of the room and you see Afari and Kit already talking.
Nice.
And because your perception's so high, you also instantly notice that Emma's door is already open.
Totally Elijah like always. The reason why they could be gone is I reckon you should make it that they went hunting.
I reckon you should just let me. I reckon you should just let me focus on my Tajin. Fucking. Now you got my words mixed up. I reckon you should just leave it to me because I've been planning for this ever since Matt said he may not be in all of the episodes. So I've already got this all planned out. So shut up.
Oh, okay. Okay, so you've got a reason. Okay.
Sorry, Ducky. I was focusing on Fellas there because he's trying to give me
Dark
GM
side
advice
wins.
when I know more than him. Yeah,
No, I wasn't trying to give
we're
you
free
GM
now.
advice, I was trying to give you situation advice.
We're free now.
Yeah,
so-
me and Rose go and sit down on a couch and we
Couch,
and we
okay,
do, like,
so-
you know, the sit cuddle. Yeah.
Okay, so you walk. I'm guessing you walk past them to the main room then, where that type of stuff is.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Rose
Okay, so
couches, yeah.
you walk past them. Afari gives you a little wave as you go by, and
I
then
wave back. Well, I give a nod. I don't wave.
okay.
I
Yep.
give a nod.
Harley Quinn.
Yep. It's gonna be a hard fight. Okay.
What?
So Kit.
Oh, you're talking about your
Kit, you
uprising.
also see that they walk past and go into the main room where there's a couple of seating set up along the edges of the. I did tell you guys about that room, right? Because it's just now occurring to me that.
What room?
Okay, apparently I didn't, so I'm gonna give you a quick overview of it.
No,
It's a
I
circular.
haven't remembered the whole fucking house.
Anyway,
Why I'm asking.
It's a circular room with nothing in the middle, but everything's along the side. So there's a spare bed that's just lying there, all made up. There's a couple of chairs. There's a table and chair set.
Begin.
There's no windows for this room, and you're swearing as usual. I'm allowed.
Yeah, so it's up to everyone else now. Me and Rose are cuddling on the couch. So.
Well, yeah. Okay, so you two go on the couch.
We do the sick cuddle that
Kit,
people do, you know?
Afari looks over to you and says, "So should we tell them?" You're still outside there. Yeah, how about you do it? You're their friend.
Wait, I'm gonna shout at, I just thought of something good that I want to say. I'm gonna shout at a theory asking if, she knows where, Emily's gone.
Hang on, both of you are talking in my ear at once. Ducky, go first. Yours sounds, shut up. Ducky, go first.
Teach you manners.
Okay, so Kit walks into the room, and she looks at.
I've already shouted this thing, by the way, before he comes in.
Robin wins.
Well, I was kind of talking to him first. So he overrules you. So, Kit walks into the room and looks over at Rose and Alderon. And
Rose gives a glare back like always, like Kit.
And says that Emma's door was open when everybody woke up.
I leave it at that.
Okay, Alderon says he noted. Why am I saying it? You're now back in the messenger chat. I don't need to say it anymore.
He wouldn't want to talk to you then.
Moving directly on. Yeah,
Harley
yeah,
Quinn.
yeah, shut up. Moving on.
Fighters approaching contact.
Afari then comes into the room. Afari then comes into the room and says, "So you're not worried about your friend? I figured you guys were close."
Let's play a game, Quinn.
I know that she can take care of herself.
Playing with cheetahs.
For a while.
Yeah, I
I'll silence
can definitely
your
see that she can
tongues.
protect herself, but I'm surprised you're not at least a little bit worried. I mean,
Well, if things get off, like if she needs to get, like she needs to run away, she can't. Like,
okay, you'll come down on PSN. What are you doing?
I don't know. I'm loading again.
Okay, now you're back. So it's just
Okay.
loading.
Okay, I won't talk from now on. I say, I'm not worried because I know that she can take care of herself, offensively and running away.
Feel your life slipping away?
Okay. Yeah, just leave it at that. That works.
No, it's not defensively. Defensively means you sit there and you defend. Stop running.
Not really. It doesn't always.
Have you ever read a book or watched a movie where they say, I'm going to defend, and then they run away? No.
Okay,
No,
point.
okay, so
Point taken.
you can give me an example. If you can, yeah. No.
Nah, point taken. Just
Yeah. So what's happening? What's the fire gonna say?
Afari just kind of looks up at you, doesn't say a word, and just walks out of the, walks back towards the rooms.
That's fine. While I'm
Oh, actually, I forgot to mention. You also noticed that Afari was wearing different clothing. She was wearing more casual clothing, unlike usual where she's got that pelt armor on.
I know why. Remember, because I have the ability to. So.
Well, you don't, because that's metagaming, and now I can get the mirror out.
No, what I mean is I can tell because I've used it before. Whatever.
No, you can't tell, because it's not that. But just because you mentioned it.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Oh man.
Wow.
Cheetah wins.
Whatever.
You know what? I should totally do a strike system instead of just like a one chance system.
You already said you were gonna do a strike system, so.
I don't remember that, to be honest. I think that was just for the prologue, but whatever. Strike system works out better for me anyway. Anyway, moving on. So Afari goes back towards the room that she slept in. You guys are now awkwardly sitting / standing staring at each other. I'll let you guys deal with it. That really isn't
Wait, say it again. Say it again. I didn't hear.
You guys are now just You and Rose are sitting in a room and a kid is standing in said room, just staring at each other awkwardly now. Have fun with that.
Not really. It's not awkward because Rose is just pissed at her, so you know she's swearing. So it's not awkward.
Batman.
You keep
Superman.
trying to get with her man. She's gonna be pissed at you.
Yeah, she is.
Fighters approaching Arkham
See,
Asylum.
even Razor admits it. That's the character type that he was going for her when it comes to you. Well, first you'd have to do many
I never thought you'd use it.
to like.
I hoped I'd never have to.
And you're cutting out again. This is great, eh? How you going, Michael?
What did Michael roll?
Michael's not here.
I didn't know this because you said I had everything planned, and I'll tell you when you load it, the game. So I'm still waiting. Because you said he'd immediately get with us. So I'm just...
No, I didn't. I never said that. I never said that. Once again, mistaking what I say. Classic colors.
No, I'm actually really annoyed. I wish right now I didn't have it set at 30 minutes. I had it set at an hour. 50 minutes, I mean, because then I could actually go get that footage. supposed to be just to prove you wrong. Because you did say that.
No, I didn't.
You did actually.
I never said that he was joining you instantly. Can anybody back him up on that?
Honestly, I don't care.
Michael doesn't care, that's all right.
Yep.
Nobody can atone for that because I never would have said something like that. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, moving on, please. We're 40 minutes in, you guys haven't even left your starting area. Anyway, so shortly after, Afari comes back and she's holding a black small pole. It looks similar to the red one that she had, which you know is a tamer sword.
I do. Kit doesn't.
No, Kit saw it too. Kit saw it too.
No, but she doesn't have the knowledge. She didn't fight a tamer. No, I didn't actually. Matt
no, Afari did.
Emma didn't talk.
Afari did.
Oh, did Afari?
Yes,
okay.
Afari shared it with Kit because... Yeah. I know that I gave you that information. Don't remember which character, but it has to be Afari because Emma didn't do it.
No, Emma did actually ask because I knew and I just didn't. His character didn't know, so he had to go ask to get the knowledge.
Anyway, moving on. So she's got the black pole that looks similar to the red one, but it doesn't have all the gold on it. It's just a plain black one. And she begins to scratch at the sheath and says, well, we should really get moving, so where are we heading? Okay, well...
I look surprised and I'm like, you're joining us? You never talked about this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, Emma and I... Shut up, I'm speaking as if Afari right now. Oh, that's right. It was only me and Emma that had that conversation. My bad, I forgot. I expected her to be here, but I guess she abandoned me again.
Oh, everyone who you get close to abandons you. Oh.
Yeah, you really shouldn't be laughing at that.
Oh, no, that actually made my ribs hurt from how that was. Oh, my God.
Anyway. Yeah, so... Anyway, so... and she just stares at you and says, well, am I coming or am I not?
One more wouldn't affect us that much, I guess.
Okay, so one more straggler wouldn't affect us that much, I guess, from Alderon. What does Rose say? Okay.
She just nods her head. She doesn't really care.
Yeah, okay, I got that from the You don't need to explain it that much.
The Joker.
No, I didn't actually make an noise. That was me going.
Approaching the Joker's playground.
That was me getting annoyed slightly because I remembered I had to fucking do every bit of talking to her now.
Anyway, moving on. So, Afari...
And I'm like fucking Kit, I haven't practiced this, so it's gonna be very
extra for creativity.
Afari smiles a little bit, but it's barely noticeable. In fact, only Alderon picks up on it. And then... Think about it, Thomas. Come on. And I really...
I said straggler.
I really hope...
wasn't in the fucking game. That's not in the game.
I know that's not in the game.
Okay. Is it just the non thing? That's what you're smiling at.
Don't worry about it. You wanted to be GM. Anyway, moving on. She keeps scratching the pole, but she walks over to the corner where there's a couple of bags set up, and she picks out... sorry, so these bags are different colors, but they're primarily beige They're primarily beige, and then the threading is a different color. So,
And that is?
you got red, blue, purple, and green. And she
My
picks.
bag's green, obviously.
She picks out the red one, and the red one's got some pieces of wood sticking out, really thick wooden logs, as well as the hilt of a cutting axe. And on the front of it,
Wait. Are we still are we still on her property? Or are we
yes,
outside of it?
you're still inside a living room essentially.
Okay. I ask if me and Rose can have the green bag.
Hang on, I'm still explaining the bags.
Okay.
On the front, so on the front of the red one that she's picking
I
up,
can't hear you, Michael. You're whispering.
there's also a carving. There's also a knife. And then for the green one, considering you're so interested in it, has the top of what looks to be colors you notice because you have one, an enchanting kit, and
What a coincidence.
Shut up. And on the other side, you can see a smaller bag poking out of it, like a pouch more than a bag.
Oh, okay. No.
And then you can't see for the purple one, but the blue one.
The purple one's literally kids, because he's already bagged that color.
The blue one, you can actually see little knitting needles coming out of it, as well as on the front.
Oh wait, Michael's not here.
On the front, you also see some. No, you don't see it on the front. Sorry, I'm forgetting how big these bags are. Give me a second. I wrote down the dimensions like last week, but it was really late at night.
Is it basically just a sender sack, or is it like?
No, it's like a little backpack that has a flap that goes over to lock it. So instead of so it's open at the top, one opening with a little flap that covers it. Obviously, leather strapping, that kind of stuff.
So like a Japanese school bag.
I don't know. Don't remember what Japanese school bags look like.
But I just watched an anime recently how they got the flap over the.
Okay, Michael, we didn't watch that anime, so we don't know what you're on about. You can find an image, send it to us. If not, continue.
Literally.
Actually, think of the. No, shut up. Everyone shut up. Michael, remember Skyrim? Think of the knapsack from Skyrim. That's what it is. It's that, but beige.
Alright.
Yeah. Anyway,
I don't remember Skyrim. I haven't played
Wonder Woman.
Doesn't matter. That was for him only.
Superman.
Anyway, moving on. So what did you say? You asked if you can have the green one.
Approaching Gotham City.
Yeah, because me and Rose can have the green one.
She picks it up and says, "I guess you can have the bag, but you're not having what's in it." Give me a second to transfer these items into something a bit bigger.
You said lady's choice.
And then she waves her hands to do a little signal, and her Hellion pops out in the middle of the room. But this time it's a bit different. It doesn't have its markings aren't visible, and it also seems to have a similar design backpack on it, but it's much larger, and there's one on either side. So it's got two. They're connected by a couple of straps that go over its body. But these look empty, and she opens the closest one to her up, and she starts filling it with the objects from the green bag.
Question, because I know, I remember I did a roll for this before, and I already know the knowledge. Can you tell me what the invisible trust means?
The invisible.
Because I know what all I've already had for.
Yeah, but the invisible what? That made no sense. I heard invisible trucks.
You said stripes. You said it had its stripes.
Oh, you mean the symbols? Yeah,
symbols.
Okay. Non-glowing symbols, just means nothing. You can't tell that. It doesn't. It's not feeling anything at that moment.
Okay. So it's just neutral.
Wow, that's the first time I've lost. Yeah, it's just well, no, because neutral's still technically one of its battle stances. So it's not neutral. It's just sitting there as if it was a piece of furniture. Anyway, so she starts to fill all the contents of the green pack into it, and then she fills all the contents of the red one into it. After which she throws the green one over to Alderaan, missing and landing on his head.
Captain Cold.
And there was no warning, so he couldn't defend himself.
I was gonna see if I could step back and catch it. But,
Fighters approaching Arkham Asylum.
Yeah, he's sitting down. He didn't even stand up for her. And then she says, "Anybody else want a pack then? I guess I can spare these ones if I put all the contents on my Hellion."
Soft spot for the classics.
Begin.
Say the color you want.
Yeah, okay, just let me transfer the contents, and she begins to, she actually turns her Hellion around, and she starts to fill it in the other side. And then, shortly after she's done and she chucks you the bag. Also, I forgot to mention, because you guys didn't see this, so the purple one, when she was taking stuff out of it, it kind of looked like there was raw minerals in it. And it also looked like she transferred a pickaxe, but it wasn't a very good angle.
I'm guessing this is all the stuff that she just lit it somehow.
Did it, Professor?
Okay, Alderaan thinks it's all the stuff. By the way, how come my PlayStation picks you up sometimes and then doesn't others? Is it just me? Like, am I not hearing you on both?
You old-timers can fight. That makes one of us.
Nothing's. I'm in a game, yeah, but like nothing.
Actually, no. It might just be I'm not paying attention because I can hear you when I'm actually listening.
Yeah, you're just getting too focused on your.
I'm more focused on my right ear than I am on my left ear, so that's probably what it is. Anyway, so
you should technically still be able to hear me then, because I am in Messenger too.
Yeah, that's what the problem is. Anyway, moving on, because again, time. She chucks you the purple bag, which you catch normally. She looks over at Rose and says, "Do you want a bag, or can I just finish what I was going to originally do?" Yeah, I know. Alderaan? Rose?
Give me a second. I'm muting Messenger and I'm muting Michael. I'm just gonna ask you something real quick.
Righto.
It's not.
Green Lantern. Atrocitus.
No, it's about something which we haven't we going to talk about, but we didn't really get into. Can I scan and make a duplicate of that knapsack?
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
Just the knapsack?
Yeah, there's nothing in it, is there? So.
No, yeah, you can do one of just the knapsack.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna do that.
What do you
later.
want, Atrocitus?
I wish for a moment there. I'll make you one. I'll get you one later.
That's an indecent
proposal. By the way, this has taken a little bit, so she's a little annoyed right now because Fari's just sitting here with an empty bag with 2 full bags.
No.
Oh, sorry, just one.
Just one. Yeah, just one.
Okay. And then, okay, so Afari says, "Okay, thank you," and then she takes the whole bag and she just stuffs it into the bigger one. And then she makes her Hellion disappear with a simple wave of her hand. And then she walks back, she walks back into the rooms. So now you guys are alone in that room. Time being.
Okay.
Do you want to do anything at all?
Me and Rose are gonna go back to our room.
Okay, so.
And we're gonna go do that thing, so you can add that to Rose's inventory now.
Green
Okay.
I don't
Lantern
have her
wins.
post.
Oh shit, yeah. Okay, I was just half listening to that conversation. What do you need from Rose's character sheet?
Oh no, I just told you to add like the green thing. I just
Oh yeah, righto.
We went in the room and did the thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Catwoman. Cheetah.
I am not repeating that on stream. Anyway, moving on.
You don't need to.
Anyway, so you go in. Ducky, you gonna do anything? You're just gonna let him walk by and stand there awkwardly?
Mine a real Catwoman.
Okay.
We better
No,
be
that's
talking
cool.
about
It's just
claws.
That's
And
Long
it's
as
they
I
shot,
know.
are
remember.
spectacular.
I remember.
Begin.
I remember. Okay, well then, shortly after Rafari comes back to the main room, and she's now wearing. She's wearing different clothing. You've never seen this clothing before. It's rather unique. So hang on. Where did it go? Yeah, shut up. I'm getting the description up. I had it ready, and then I
He's gonna be
realized.
doing this a lot, by the way. We talked, and he's gonna be doing this a lot, so don't mind him.
Yeah, I gathered
He
that.
loves the script. Because he's the woman, as we said earlier.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
shit, design.
yeah, probably you will be, knowing you. Okay, so it's a white. Okay, it's a white. Sorry, it's a black. I knew I was saying something wrong there. It's a black. It's a black suit that resembles a.
Just shut up, Kit.
It's a black dress that resembles. It's a black suit that resembles a dress and tie. But, tights, not dress and tie. That's weird. But
I just imagined that. Oh, that's hilarious.
So the dress only goes down to about her knee, but then she's got two straps on either side that go down to her feet, which end in like a little arrow, and then they've got metal on the ends as well. And then she's got the same thing. She's got the same thing sprouting from just from her back. Fuck it. That also go down to her knees. The dress/suit has its belly and back exposed, and it also has certain parts like the top of the sleeves are also exposed.
Sorry, what is exposed? The top of the sleeves and what?
The top of the sleeves, mid-region, back. Is that all you?
Guys, you know it's 12 o'clock.
Are we talking her skin is exposed or the dress is exposed?
Her skin is exposed through the dress, like the dress doesn't cover that part.
See-through, yeah.
Like pushes that are
That'd be a see-through
No.
dress.
No, it's not a see-through dress.
Okay.
I should have known you would start this. Most of that area is covered. Okay.
Can't
Don't-
you just wait till they get to PS4 so he'll turn it down a little bit, you know? Can't you just wait?
I don't think he.
I can't.
I don't think he will.
He will.
I don't. Oh, trust
See?
me. I've done the same thing that you have. Trust me. It feels good for a time, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then they get revenge on you, and then you're like, why the fuck are you...
Yeah, he knows exactly why.
No, but like,
Oh, I'm Catwoman. My bad. I thought I was the wrong character now. Anyway, so... Yeah, that's the dress that she's come out wearing. I'm just gonna keep calling it a dress, because fuck it, it's mostly a dress. Yeah, it's mostly a dress anyway.
Do I notice the same ability that we both have?
No, you do not notice it on this.
Okay.
Although, you have seen other people use said ability, and you know that this is the type of clothing that they would usually do it to. So they'll wear this clothing, but then do that thing that we know.
Okay.
So that makes sense to you? Doesn't make sense to anybody else because I can't actually explain what we're saying, but makes sense to you.
I know. Yeah, and then Razor would have to punish his own character, and he doesn't.
Yeah, exactly.
He really does not want to punish his own character.
Nah. No, fuck off.
Oh, fuck off.
That's a bit too far, man. Come on. Even for you.
Remember, she's young. She's
yeah, that's the point. She's young.
You're technically being a pedo. You're technically being a female pedo right now.
I love.
That is a thing. That is a thing.
Well, I said that she looks around 16.
Yeah. And you're 20 something. I'm 25. And yeah.
It's still, yeah, that's all you care about, isn't it?
And then I think me and Razor, we agreed that Rose is 23.
Yeah, I think that's what we agreed. Pretty sure that's what we agreed.
Yeah. Which was it, 22 or 23?
I would say 23. 23 sounds like a number I would pick. For some reason, I don't like 22. So 23 sounds about right.
Even number. It's an even number.
What?
It's an even number, that's why.
We'll talk about that later. I could, but that would take me actually having to find my phone. Anyway, moving on, because time. Anyway, and then Afari looks over to you, Kit, and she says, you know what? There's a great town just a bit northeast of here. I reckon it would be lovely for us to go to. That's the capital city of Drow, so you're going to find a lot of good wares there, which I noticed that you and your friends really like to go shopping. I hope you still got some money left, by the way. Because these prices are rather steep in comparison.
Are we going to the same shop that we just went to, or are we going to a different one?
She just said a new city. Different town.
Oh, we're going to go to a new city. Okay. Nice.
And also, sorry, I wasn't done. She also says, she kind of says a little bit under her breath, but you can hear it. She says, and also, they might be there.
The Flash.
They.
Okay, you picked up on this. So, she muttered under her breath, also, they might be there.
Didn't all of us do it? Because I have perception 8. Fucking Kit has heightened senses.
Atlantis.
Aren't you
terrible eyesight, but heightened senses.
Aren't you still in the room?
Yeah, I'm still in the room.
Yeah, so you didn't hear this. You don't.
Oh, is she in a different room?
Yes,
oh, okay.
They're in the other
give you
room.
the benefit of range?
Oh,
Guess you can
begin.
I remember now.
You didn't. That's the point.
No.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah, they went back to their room to do something that you don't know.
Because fucking Razor's character. Can you please say it so I know how to pronounce it? Because you get
Afari.
I said it wrong.
Afari.
Afari. Okay, Afari.
Safari, but with an R.
Yeah, like fairy, but with an R in the front. Actually, no. Yeah, like some. Yeah, I misheard what you said. Yeah. And then I at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Now we got it. Only took us 14 tries.
It took me 1.
Oh, that's right. I'm Flash. My bad. Yeah. Anyway, so
we went back to the room because the fire kept leaving and coming back. And leaving and
oh,
coming
so
back.
you're
Like,
so you saw the dress. You saw the dress. She.
Yeah.
Okay, so you walked in before she did. I'm guessing then. Or did you walk in when she was already wearing the dress? This is important. When did you walk in? What did you see?
The Flash wins.
Everything.
No, she changed into it. That's why I'm asking. Please don't tell me I've just confused all of you. I feel like I've confused myself for this road.
I understand it.
Well, I'm asking you.
Don't take this
I'm
personally.
asking
and
you,
I
Colin.
said,
You're ugly
I said
and
that
unattractive.
we just saw it before we went into
Let's
our
keep
room.
this professional.
No, you didn't, because she went when she went into her room shortly after you went into yours. That's why I'm asking.
Oh, okay. Well, we didn't see it then.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So now are you coming back now that she's already changed and is talking to Kit?
No, we're waiting for them to come pick us up. They can talk. See?
Okay, well,
Also, we're sick of waiting for,
well,
in a
that's the
room
thing. You're in your room. They're in the leaving room. They're in the one that goes to the exit.
Yeah, we were in the living room too, and then someone left the room once, left the room twice, then we left the room.
Well, guess what? Now she's here. So what are you doing?
Okay. Well, we don't know that, so you're usually gonna have to come pick us up.
It's so difficult.
It's metagaming if we don't. Like, come on.
It's really not, because realistically, you do what you're doing and then you come back out.
Not really. We went in there to get killed while we waited. We didn't know how long this was gonna take.
Okay, my bad. In that case, well, Afari sees that Rose and Alderon have gone back to their room and she doesn't want to disturb them, so she's actually going to go sit down and wait for them. Which leaves Kit standing in the room near the entrance, just standing there on her own. Afari's now sitting down in the corner of the circular room, and Alderon and Rose are now in their room again. Happy now? Back to player control.
Okay.
Firestorm. Captain Cold.
Oh, you heard that? No, I'm not talking. I wasn't talking about who. When I said maybe they will be there, there's some supplies that are missing from the house, and I'm wondering if maybe she took them there before she died. So, I really.
Before who died? Oh, yeah. Do you mean the woman who owned this house?
Well, you didn't hear this,
What is it
so
with villains
but yes.
and ray guns? This one blasts
No, I'm just
cold.
asking for punctuation
Just
because you fucked the
perpetuating a
sentence up.
stereotype.
Well, you guys don't
Okay.
know her name, so it is her.
We do know the name actually, me and Kit, because we got told by the shopkeeper.
Oh, that's right, you did too. My bad. I actually forgot. What her name is. Give me a sec.
Your bad, not ours.
Either way, Afari said she anyway, so it doesn't matter. If I'm going by character dialogue, it really doesn't matter.
Okay.
Don't remember. Does somebody else want to remember? Hang on, I can. Just give me a second.
You didn't write it to me, so.
There. I shouldn't have to have this. I swear I was never gonna tell you guys her name.
Yeah.
How did I?
Well,
How did that come up in conversation?
because I wanted the mage armor and you were like, you're not having it, bitch, it's for my character.
Oh, that's right.
Why.
Wait, did I end up?
Your character isn't even a mage, so it's really weird that they would have mage armor, but whatever.
Did you end up getting that armor, or is it still in the shop?
No.
Are you gonna tell Afari about that mage armor? It's probably a good idea.
Yes, I am actually. When she comes and knocks on the door and picks us up. That's some incentive for you to knock on the door, you know.
Can I metagame with you for a second? I'll actually take a metagame off for saying this. I'll take a metagame.
Okay.
No, I'm taking a strike off. Afari's not the type of person to rush people. She's gonna let you stay in there all day.
Oh, okay.
Tamer, once.
Well, then I guess it's up to Kit. Kit.
Local Tamer. What the fuck? Wait, it doesn't say the name in this backstory. What the fuck have I been doing?
You did say it, I remember, but I don't remember it this time.
Fuck, now I gotta rewatch my own video. Now I gotta rewatch my own video.
Do you not even remember? Like, did you never write it down?
No, I said it in like...
Oh my god!
I said it in spare of the moment, because you would've got like a nat 20 or some bullshit high like that.
Oh no, I was just... I just asked questions. I just asked nitpicky questions.
Yeah, which is annoying for me, because I didn't actually have a name.
And then you got annoyed because...
Of course I got annoyed! Of course I got annoyed.
I didn't know that you were reserving the armor, you know? It's not like it had a sign, reserved for Razor's character.
Sorry, say again, Ducky?
Well, you two can go have a conversation.
Robin.
I'll be back.
Cheetah.
Yeah, no, you're not...
But I can't.
Yeah, you're not wrong on that part.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
What was I saying?
Continue talking. Give some more backstory. Learn Kit's backstory. Just something.
Fuck off. We got nothing to talk about. We're waiting for somebody to go get them.
I know my quarry all too well.
Begin.
Okay, you know what? Yeah, okay, I'll let you take over and then I'll take over if you can't think of anything. Yeah, okay. Okay.
12, 16.
Your efforts please the goddess.
I've been training since birth.
Righto, whatever. Anyway, moving on. So, you asked if the house belongs to that person or the items belong to that person.
Robin wins.
Yeah, okay, so she looks up to you and she's surprised that you know the name of the person that raised her, but she doesn't raise too much towards it. And she says, yeah, the town that I want to go to, the person that raised me had a deep connection with it. And I'm thinking maybe one of the storekeepers or something might be keeping some stuff there. Primarily, I'm looking for a full set. I'm primarily looking for a full set of armor that was very valuable. Some armor that was very valuable to her. And also some items of peculiar interest, especially to conjuring. She was a very big conjurer. In fact, it's why my Hellion is so powerful compared to most. And I wouldn't mind getting some of her materials back. Shut up, Michael, that comes later. Shut up, Michael, that comes later.
I wanna feel special.
You are special, in your own little special way.
My mom tells me that.
Yeah, that's true. But I trust you guys not to sit through an hour of... I trust you guys not to sit through 2.5 hours just to hear that.
But you guys wouldn't want to...
Besides that, it won't matter too much. Yeah,
Scarecrow.
they'll have to watch the miniseries as well, and it's just a whole thing.
Atrocitus.
Anyway, moving on. So, yeah. Yet. And then Afari looks in through the door to the door that, Jade and, sorry, not Jade, fucking Rose and Alderon is there. Sorry, I was talking to Michael, so, no, but she sees the door. She's looking through the open door to see your closed door. And she says, what's taking them so long? Maybe you should go check on your phone. Actually, might not be a good idea. How often do they, never mind. I didn't say anything.
Fighters approaching Arkham Asylum.
She said that to you, by the way, Kit. By the way, Colors, are you back on your PS4 yet? Not just yet. Okay.
Scary.
The door's open on the other side.
Presence, worm.
I leave the quivering to you.
Begin.
Blue F.
Don't worry, Michael, your turn's coming up soon.
I just forgot how much people watch you in this game.
Anyway. So Afari basically just says that you should go check on them.
Would I be able to get him?
What? Sorry, Michael?
Would I be...
No, you will not. That's something that we need to talk about as a group.
Wins.
Because I don't think you have the knowledge on it.
What? Not having a helm?
Helm? Wait, are you saying helm as in helmet?
I'm saying helm as a bunch of girls.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, I'm only listening to you with my left ear. I don't know, that's entirely up to how you play your cards, mate.
Like, it'll be just funny, but also really confusing.
Deadshot.
Be funny but confusing.
Dark
Alright,
Side.
well,
You're like, yeah,
oh, no, fuck
Black
that.
Canary.
I got my army of blooming.
Fighters approaching Gorilla
Yeah.
City.
Now I'm confused already. Fuck.
I know what I can do.
Heard you die.
I know what I can do.
Those rumors are greatly exaggerated.
I know, that was the plan. I'm waiting for Kit to do something.
More birds.
Okay, thank you. So Kit... Shut up. So Kit walks over to... Okay, so Kit... Okay, so Kit walks over to the door, knocks on the door quietly, and says, "Are you guys decent?"
This is decent.
Yes, he said decent.
My voice is just warming up.
Good thing these guns are loud.
You hear rustling, and then 7 minutes later the door opens. Oh, Kit, your reaction? Oh, I didn't know you guys would take so long. They reply with, "Oh, sorry, if you hadn't have interrupted us, we would have been at it for a while."
Yeah.
Deadshot wins.
Just imagining it. As a,
Why? Why are you imagining it?
oh, Ducky is. Anyway, so they're now decent at the door, and can we just move on now?
Yes,
Oh, by the way, during that 7 minutes. Oh yeah, and
7 minutes.
and Rose gives Kid a glass. But during that 7 minutes, Afari, Kid, you kind of look back at Afari because it was kind of a very awkward situation. Afari was just scratching away at that black pole that she's got. And actually, this time you notice something a bit different because you've got time to actually look. You can see that the fingernail that she's actually using to scratch it is longer than all her other fingernails and kind of comes into like a claw shape rather than just being normal fingernails. Yeah, actually, it reminds you very much as your claws. I keep forgetting your cat fart. Reminds you of your claws, but a little bit different, but you can't quite tell how.
Black Adam. Black Adam. Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
Are you a wizard?
That's not legal in this world. Actually, it is. But speaking technically,
if you can.
Begin.
if we're thinking realistic, it would be 16. Yeah, it would be 16. We're talking about the legal age in this fantasy world that we've created. Because that's something that everybody thinks about.
Not everyone.
Thank you, Michael. Unfortunately, even I think about that sometimes because you do reach that point in every series.
It's boring to think like that. It's not fun to think of how people die.
Yeah, because this is out of all the times I've made a Tamer character, this is the first time this conversation has come up. Yeah, but they can't hear you. Yeah, trust me, I wish I was in your shoes right now, Michael. I don't want to hear this. Can we just move on? Michael's been patiently waiting. Michael's been patiently waiting for 2.5 hours for a chance to play, and he's still sitting here doing nothing.
Well, I got the division.
Sorry, what was that, Michael?
Dr. Fate.
I've got the division and looking at the messenger, just waiting for your urgent messages.
Okay, guys.
Oh, yeah, I forgot what that message. That urgent message, yeah.
Hey guys, Rose is still giving Kit the glare for interrupting us. By the way, we were just talking about I'm gonna say it, Rosa.
Whatever.
Whenever it goes on about the team and the thing that
Begin.
The Hellion. Yeah, you're cutting in and out also.
I was just going for like any tamer, you know, like because they don't always cut Hellion.
No, it's all Hellion. Actually, yeah, that's a good point. Originally they were all called Hellions, but I think you're right. I think I changed it to Tamer, and then there's different types of
Is it Hellion a bird or what?
No, the Hellions. The Hellion. No, and by the way, it is totally Hellion for all of them. So a Hellion you don't know. Sorry, never mind. Not talking to you. No. Actually, the Hellion that she's got is simply just called a Lion Hellion at the moment. A Dark Lion. Not very big on...
I am the one. I did say Lion Hellion.
Yeah, it's a Dark Lion. That's the official title of it. They don't give proper names because nobody knows it but the Tamers, and they won't give them.
I would have named it whatever.
No, because no, just no. Not naming it the Panther Lion for law reasons. Law reasons. I'm allowed to say that, right?
I didn't mean it actually. I just meant like that's the species for that one.
No. No. No.
Nope.
So we're back in the leaving room, right? I meant and the person is waiting on you.
So she says, "Oh, you mean the shopkeeper that has his somewhat evil twin? Him." I said somewhat evil.
Have an evil twin, but whatever.
They're okay. They're okay. They're okay. In that case, do you mind if I pop over to the store and you can meet me there? Which store did you say it was? The one on the right?
I'm gonna have to leave it there.
I'm asking which store it was in, as her.
The weapons. No, it was in the magical one.
Okay, so...
the magical one.
Oh, she says, "Oh, the left, thank you, that would have saved me a lot of time. I'll be back soon unless you want to meet me there. Or we can go together. That's actually to the road out. We gotta go back the way we came."
Do you want to go together or do you want to meet up there? Either one's fine with me, right?
Did you say that out loud or just, player to player?
Obviously.
Okay.
I said that player to player.
Oh, never mind. Okay. Well, you guys have fun
You can tell from when I phrase the sentences actually decently.
Sometimes I can't. Anyway.
Yeah, because I think she talk to you privately, you're talking to everyone else.
Anyway, so,
That awkward quiet.
she actually...
I asked, does she... Okay, there we go.
She says, "Well, how about we just all go together, because we gotta, leave town for that road anyway, so why stop, right?" And she goes through the front door and holds it open for you guys to leave.
Aquaman.
Oh yeah,
Atrocitus.
as we're walking the road...
Hang on, we're not that far. Not that far, you're leaving the house.
Fighters approaching
Okay,
Gorilla
well, I'm waiting
City.
for that point.
Well, hurry up and leave. Who's leaving first? Who's leaving second? Who's leaving third? What's the marching order?
I have to, because I'm the fucking leader.
Okay, so...
I have to literally go first, and then Rose is right next to me.
Yep, okay.
We're still doing the cuddle walk.
Okay, and then 5 or 10 meters behind you. 5 or 10, which one? 7, okay. 7.5, okay, directly in the middle. Okay, anyway,
how far away is the fire?
So as you guys leave, in your little order with the Alderon and Rose and then Kit 7.5 meters behind, she closes the door, locks it, takes a minute to lock it, and then she actually catches up and goes just ahead of Alderon and Rose. Moving on. Okay, so you guys quickly reach the magic shop. It's literally just down the road past a single house on the left.
As we're walking along, I ask if
The Joker.
a bar
The Joker.
knows of any places where people can get... It's the only way I can pronounce it correctly.
Places we can get...
knows any... No, not for me, it's for Kit and you.
Fighters
where
approaching
you can get
Gotham
some
City.
Where you could...
tents and all that.
Oh, like camping gear. Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
She says the general goods market might have some, but there's no guarantees. We can always make some if we can get some hide, but I got none left after yesterday.
Me too, but I
don't
still
tell you
want
guys.
yours.
Oh.
Begin.
Yeah. I've already sold all my hive ones.
Where are you heading?
Garden.
Where are you heading? Well, that's actually just past where you're going. It's just beyond where you're going, so you don't have to split up. Yeah, okay, so you guys quickly reach the magic shop and it's open. The door's also open, which wasn't open last time.
I say to the guy, as promised, here is the girl you were speaking of.
Yeah, and he actually it's the one that responded, saw you guys walking in,
yes,
and
I know, this is
as
the one
you
that responds.
as you guys walk into the actual room, he says, Afari, it's good to see you again, darling. I got your sort of armor right here, right for you. Your dearest left this for you. She hopes it will bring you good luck like it did in the past.
You forgot to say the word blank.
Italian accent.
No, I said beloved, didn't I? That's what I meant. I meant to say beloved. Did I not say that?
No,
yeah.
I said it sounds
no,
like
I remember we said we would just talk about her as blank, like that would be her name.
Well, no, beloved.
But now,
beloved was fitting, not a name, but beloved.
okay.
Avari.
I meant just so the people at home know who we're talking about.
Supergirl.
I see. I honestly don't know how you guys are struggling with that name.
Not beloved or Afari.
Fighters
Afari.
approaching Fortress of Solitude.
How are you struggling?
I'm not struggling. It's just that when I gave you the name, I pronounced it differently, so I have to.
I don't care.
Afari.
Join me or stay out of my way.
Afari.
Make me fight you.
Why don't you just make
me is a
him
big
a Japanese
mistake.
name, then Ray would be happy. Or even more happy.
Even more happy.
That actually was a Japanese name that I came up with.
What, Afari? No, I've had that for ages. You came up
No,
with.
I'm the one who.
You came up with XE Bell or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, really?
And certain people in the audience will understand why we're not using that one. Definitely the mature audience would know.
XD fella, was it?
XE Bell.
That red sun?
EXY Bell. Do not search it.
Wait, did you search it?
No.
I did not search that.
No.
I'm curious now what's gonna come up.
I already knew what it was, and it only clicked into me after we'd already made that character. Hence I messaged you at like 12 o'clock at night saying, hey, I'm changing the character name and you're not saying anything about it. Anyway, moving on. So, anyway, he kind of does a little hand gesture to the armor sitting behind him. And she's like, oh yes, that's the one. I've actually been looking for that. I was worried...
Is she now gonna go into a sitting room and try it on, or...?
I was worried that it might have been taken to Redwick. I was worried it might have been taken to Redwick, so I'm glad to see it here. Did she happen to leave anything else behind? Maybe some ritual items? Ritual bowls, specifically? I'm kinda missing that. Anyway, and then he says, oh no, I'm afraid those did actually go to Redwick, darling. No, you...
Wait, pause real quick. Razor, out of curiosity, is your character the loot character that everyone gets? Is that what they are for our party? Are they the loot character? Because you've got ritual bowls, which would help Michael. You've got enchanting kits, which would help me.
Loot. Okay.
Yeah. The looting character. Are they? Because I'm picking up that vibe right now.
I'm not gonna metagame you for this because I can understand your concern. No, Afari is not actually the loot character. Afari's... I kind of don't want to say it, but I kind of want to at the same time.
Just another...
Fuck it, I'll say it just so that you guys know and can stop asking and wondering.
I never asked or wondered.
Afari's your unlocker, who is usually an NPC. that you don't control or have in your party that can help you unlock hidden potentials within you. So these can be natural increased strength, maybe some different weapons that you can use that you wouldn't normally be able to. Or in this case, maybe some arts and stuff like that that you wouldn't normally be able to use.
So I'm gonna have to. So she's the one I'm gonna have to go to get sword lessons.
Yeah,
Sword
but
lessons.
you
If
don't
want
know
sword
that
lessons,
yet.
just tell me.
She has a sword on her fucking back.
She's got a She's got a tamer sword. It's a bit different.
Yeah, but it's still a sword.
It is still a sword, and it would be reasonable to ask her. I will not deny that. What were you saying, Michael? Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
Did he say lessons or blessings?
Lessons.
I can teach him how to use a sword. I got a sword myself.
No.
It would be free.
How to use a smaller longsword.
Actually, he's got a one-handed longsword that he can occasionally use as a two-handed. He would be okay for you.
It's still a longsword. It wouldn't help me.
No,
he would teach me would be for longer grip. Like
the key point is one-handed, not long or short. The key point is one-handed. It's similar sword styles for each. It just means that he can't help you master it. You have to do that on your own. But because he's got a long sword, you got a short sword, but they're both one-handed, so you can get the fundamentals from him.
Funny thing is, I can't deny when you talk about swords because you had one.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
Yeah. Yeah, you cannot deny that. I've had a sword before. Almost learned how to use it too. But the only time you can use swords these days is in fencing, which is why I dropped it. I'm not being a fucking fencer.
Well, yeah, in some countries there are better things to do.
You are actually allowed to use your sword within your own premise, as long as you're not using it against someone else. So
yeah, but where's the fun in that, Colours? Where's the fun in that, Colours?
Yeah, you want to...
Draw person and practice on that.
Anyway, it's too late. My sword's gone. Moving on now.
Oh, did you sell it, or did you just like drop it and just leave it in there?
No, I was like holding on to it for someone for 10 months, so I gave it back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on. So, she kind of sighs at him and says, well, I guess it can't be avoided. We're going to have to go to Redwood. And then she turns around to you guys and say, you guys don't mind that, do you? I know it's a bit back the way you came, but they got good supplies there. It's the capital of the Drow nation, so...
No one mind at all.
Not you. Talking to Colours and Ducky who aren't responding.
I'm thinking on my response. She just came into some money, right? Didn't she?
You
could ask her. You could ask her.
She got an inheritance, right?
Quinn.
You can ask.
Are you scamming? Are you scamming off someone else?
Okay, no. Okay, I'm going to do a
Joker's playground.
Perception roll to find out if she has any coins on her. Like a coin pouch or anything. I'm not stealing from her, I just want to know if she has money or not.
Just do it. Just do it. Just do it. D20 plus perception.
My kill
That's
list.
8. Fucking load the site.
I thought it did, but I wasn't really gonna check to make sure.
My phone died before, that's why I got cut on this message. Okay, it's loading.
Yeah, I know. I know.
I got a 15 plus 8.
Okay, 15 plus 8. Okay. So you notice, are you doing it too? He hasn't, okay, good.
No, he was doing the math for me.
Yeah, so you notice that she's got 4 straps that hang down. So 2 from her back and 2 from the edges of her dress. And at the bottom of these are these metal arrowhead looking decorations. And inside that, on both sides, there's 2 gold coins kind of slid into it where they fit perfectly, but they still look like decoration. So there's a total of...
So she has money, right? Like, does it look like a decent
16.
amount?
So she's got 16 gold coins just on her dress alone. So judging from that, you think that she might have a fair bit of money, but at the same time, you see that she's carrying nothing more than her bow and her 2 poles.
I say I'm fine with us going back to Red Wing as long as she
Redwick.
pays for the inn expenses.
She laughs and says, "Yeah, I can cover that. I came in with a little bit of money that I found laying around the mansion. I had to pick it up before."
Now you understand why I wanted to know. I didn't want to sound like a cruel person if I didn't see any fucking money on her. Okay, good.
And that, well.
That's why I wanted to know if she had any coin pouches.
And then the shopkeeper looks over to you guys and then looks back at her and says, "So you're heading up northeast already? I thought you just got back. Why are you leaving again so soon?"
He's gonna stop. I'm just imagining him with the anime sad, like crying face. You know that face. What is it? I'm just imagining it.
We get to now. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
Anyways, and then so she looks over to you and says, "Well, we better get moving, otherwise we won't get there before dark again." And you go.
And that would suck for you two because you don't have any camping gear. It really would though.
So. Yeah, she
I'm
actually.
I'm getting the feeling that we're gonna have to go to the next town.
Anyway, so she goes out of the store, and she starts to walk up the mountain road where you guys came from, but then she stops as she's passing some market stalls, and she looks back at you guys, who would now be outside the store, and says, "Oh, that's right, you guys need some camping gear, don't you?"
No, I'm good. Me and Rose are good.
Okay.
Doesn't Afari need camping gear?
No. Moving on.
Oh, they've got some.
Of course, you know they've got some. It's obvious to you that they've got some. They've been living in the woods for God only knows how long. Of course they've got camping gear, and if they don't,
there are some people who just don't use tents. Like they just use hide blankets, you know.
Oh, there we go. You could definitely ask.
And that'd most probably be a definite no, because you've been putting out the lesbian vibe. You have plenty of money. You don't get to say that. You do have plenty of money.
They're talking about money because most of theirs got stolen, and here's Kit with a fair bit in consideration.
Blue Beetle.
Oh, I had money too, but that's because I was smart.
Fighters approaching Gotham City.
It's more than they have. Actually, no, you got more than colors as well. Anyway,
That's because I went and bought a whole lot of stuff for me and Rose.
Maybe give that rage a siesta?
I don't remember. I'm pretty sure it was like 20 to 25 gold.
If I remember correctly, you said he had 15 and I had 20. But I remember.
Oh, there you go. But you also spent some.
I had more. I spent 2 pieces. But I think I still have more, like by like 1 or 2 gold.
I don't know. Kit got some pretty good bargains.
No, they had to pay with gold. I had to pay with
I'm pretty sure your dagger was like 2 gold or something, because it was the most expensive one there. Shut up, Colors, I'm talking to Kit so that I can figure out how much they've got left. This is why it takes so long.
This is why
Yeah, but the sneak book was, what, half price or less? Yeah, it was a few silver instead of like
because they have so many of it. That's why.
No, I'm pretty sure it's because you charmed them.
supply and demand is low, so you get more.
Oh yeah, he didn't even roll for it though. It just happened.
Blue Beetle wins.
Not repeating that either. Okay.
Yep.
Either way, you've got a bit of money, so does Alderon. I'm getting a noise complaint. This is how much you guys. Sorry. My parents. Thanks, guys.
How they
Green
can't
arrow.
ever hear us? Or have you got us on
I
loudspeaker?
just hear that loud.
No, yeah, exactly. Thank you, Michael. No, because I gotta talk over you guys, because you guys won't shut up and let me talk.
Yes.
It's okay, it's just you talk over me at the worst of times, and I can't get used to shut up. And it's primarily colors, not you. You can stop apologizing.
Batman.
But both of us have done it.
Fighters approaching Metropolis.
Anyway, can we please just move on? So she stops at the general market. I'm guessing you guys have just been following her.
Well, this is gonna hurt.
Me and
I'll
Rose
go
just
easy
wait
on
outside.
Didn't say it was
Okay,
gonna hurt
yeah,
me.
so
Begin.
this is just a couple of market stalls that are all lined up on a wood foundation. Just to have some form of civility. And you see a couple of stalls with food and stuff, but you do see one that has some hide there. And you can see some bags, which look like they may have camping gear in them.
You can thank that hide thanks to me because I sold it.
Yeah, it actually is the same one that you sold it to yesterday.
Don't waste my time.
He's just jealous, guys. Don't mind him. That's why we're being quiet. He's just going.
Now where's that sleeping gas arrow?
Do you really think you could fit in with her and her tamer? Her hellion, really?
I mean, you still have an arse. I mean, you can always ask the two of them, but they seem rather close. I don't know if they'll let you in their tent.
Green arrow wins.
Whose tent are you talking about? I mean...
He's talking about a Faris.
I'm saying as if I am a Fari.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
I mean...
You're not doing her voice.
I don't have to do her
He
voice.
sounds shit as when he does that.
Yeah, I don't know if your friends... They seem kind of off about you. I don't know if they'll share...
Shop, just so you know.
I don't know if they'll... Okay, I don't care. I don't know if they'll share a tent with you. Oh, with, she actually blushes a little bit. I don't use a tent. So, I'm afraid you're gonna have to buy one. Sorry. If it's too much of a trouble, I can buy it for you, but then you'll owe me.
His mind went to dirty places, Razor.
It always goes to dirty places, just
Green
ignore it.
arrow.
You know, I can't do
Atrocitus.
that.
Oh, I just came up with a really good joke, Razor. You ready for it?
Please.
We pay a cleaner to clean his brain,
Fighters
yeah?
approaching Gotham
He says,
City.
no, this is too much for me.
Let's just move on, please.
I've not called you out to...
Begin.
I'm sorry, I wouldn't feel comfortable in a tent. It's too much civilization for me.
Oi, Ducky, just be glad you got a blush out of her, okay? Just be glad.
Oh yeah, and Butter, you're so lucky she's not listening to this conversation in between the two of you.
Oh, when we can't, this is impossible because we're not talking
yeah, I know.
again.
Anyway, so now Afari and Ducky are at the market. Did you guys follow from the magic shop now, or are you still there?
No, I want.
Okay, well go for it. This would be the time where they're still walking then for you.
Okay, I asked the magician because, do you remember how we went to that magician's place and, he had that spell that, alerted him
Green
to a
arrow
thief?
wins.
Oh yeah? So you described that?
What? Yeah, I asked, do you know of this spell?
He looks over at the books that he's got on the right wall, so that's left for you. And he says, I'm afraid I don't actually have anything like that. Sorry to disappoint. I've heard of similar spells, but they detect certain, ethnic races and stuff like that, but never specific, never specific attributes of a person like thievery or wrath. And, no, I'm afraid I've never...
Well, it was more along the lines of, from what I heard from him, than the person's nature, not their, like a thief. I mean, like evil, just evil. Like they could.
Oh, detect evil. There is stuff similar to that. There's spells like detect magic and detect loot. Detect evil works in kind of a similar way, but it's like a cast thing. You can't just make it a permanent thing that constantly activates, like what you're talking about. But who knows, maybe there's a mage out there that's learnt about it. Why do you ask of such a specific feature?
Oh, I was just wondering if you knew about it, I could buy it off you, but if you don't, it's fine.
No, I'm afraid not. Try some of the guilds over in the Elvic land. Maybe they might have some. Or at least they might know somebody who could teach that. Definitely try Tunstead. That seems like the type of place that needs some magical abilities like that. Damn thieves. Anyway.
Where the fuck did your brain go from tungsten? Really? Like, it's... What, I have no idea.
Anyway, moving on.
Just... Whatever.
At this...
Okay, so he says no? Okay.
Yeah, and at this point, Ducky, you're at the market.
Begin.
Okay,
You're also gonna have to ask them to make the tent for you, because no one can make it for you. You don't know this yet. You have to ask.
She smiles. So who are you asking now? Because now I'm confused. I thought you were asking the shopkeeper.
Quiver's not empty yet.
But they are. I'm just mentioning to him that
he's being annoying as usual. So the shopkeeper, who's a lovely young lady, says, "Oh, yeah, I got a couple of tents made that I made this morning thanks to some help. I got a couple of tents. They're actually cheap right now because we seem to just not be able to sell them. I wouldn't mind getting rid of this as soon as possible. And also, I can also throw in a sleeping bag for free just in case you don't have enough room to set up a tent, or maybe you're inside a cave. That will only be 2 silver. Or you can, good. Or if you know how to sew yourself, you're more than welcome to buy some of my leftover pelt. There should be enough here to make a full tent and sleeping bag for
Razor,
just 1 silver.
If I remember correctly, Drax gave us both tent and sleeping bag, yeah? If I remember correctly.
But not him.
No. Yeah,
But yes,
I'm
yes,
just making sure
Drax,
it was also a sleeping bag.
Drax
okay.
gave you both tent and sleeping bag.
Okay.
Cheetah.
Okay,
Oh
so
my god.
yep, she picks up. She picks up.
I know, but it's also
City.
because that sentence was so butchered. I don't want your skills to go underappreciated.
Let's
Anyway,
band together to draw blood.
anyway.
No, that's what you should have said
always
to
hunt
her.
alone.
That's the proper grammar.
Then you will
That's what I was getting at.
starve.
Begin.
Anyway, so she hands you the sleep. It's a knapsack that looks very similar to the one that you got off Safari this morning, and in fact it looks very similar except the stitching's a bit different. And inside it is both the sleeping bag and the tent, as well as a couple of bits of wood to hold the tent up. And it's all.
What is it?
Yeah, the tent. Yeah, well, okay, good point.
I'm feeding it all.
You're really not. You're asking for something that I wasn't gonna explain. I wasn't gonna talk about what color it was.
No, but it's something that's okay.
Yeah, exactly. He doesn't think about it.
Back.
I don't care. I'll deal with it then. True. You probably wouldn't be paying attention when you're buying it, would you? You specifically.
Of course. He's not looking at the fucking code.
Yeah, I gathered that.
But he's doing it and but actually looking at it.
By the way, the PlayStation is finding it very hard to pick you up colors. What do you keep doing?
It's loading again.
Well, why do you keep doing that? I asked you earlier not to do anything that would change the quality. And you said you wouldn't.
Because, yeah, that was before it wouldn't let me play, that's before I could play a certain game.
Either way. Okay, so you grab that, and Afari, anxious to leave, says, okay, we should go get your friends and leave now.
Death inches closer.
We're just waiting out in the middle area. So.
I'm so glad that I stayed up all night for this.
I'm sorry, man. I'm trying to speed this as long as fast as possible.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting it to take 2 hours. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, you guys.
All the internet troubles, mostly.
No, because we're 2 hours into the elapse time, which means 2 hours ago we just started, and that was an hour and a half at least of technical difficulties.
At least we agree on one thing.
Anyway, moving on. So you guys regroup in between the two stores, and you guys head up the northern road, back the way you came into that forest. Okay, now we're gonna do a time skip to save time.
Don't forget my thing is always looking out for stuff.
I know, I never forget. You never let me forget. Anyway, moving on. So, you guys, as you're walking along the road, so you guys notice that there's not really anything like waiting in the bushes or anything like that. In fact, it seems rather calm during the day, but you also know from yesterday that that's not always the case.
What? Wait, what? Look, oh, the cave, the ruined
No.
cave. We're going back to that.
No, you haven't gone through that here. We're talking about the forest. The forest seems nice and calm.
The forest. Is it the same one we landed in?
Yes, it's the same one you landed. I said you're going back the way you came. I said that multiple times. Anyway, a couple of hours into your journey, definitely, yeah, you don't notice when you pass the area where you emerged from the forest, but you eventually reach a crossroads. A road going left and a road going right. Now, the way the road is set up from where you're coming, that it's the second turn, so it's turning to the right, and then it looks like this little road from the left actually cuts into it and lines up with it. So it looks like if you were coming from the other direction, it would be a perfect split, but because you're coming from south, you barely even notice the second road until you're actually at the split.
Well, I'm not leading at all, so it's all up to you, Razor. Because
okay, well you guys just keep walking to the. You guys just Afari keeps leading you to the right then, and says we got another hour's walk from here. By the way, it's been about 4 hours now.
Nice.
Yeah, and the sun's just overhead as you guys walk into Redwick, a great little town. You guys are coming from the west, so you guys, it looks kind of like the place you came from with all the circular huts, but you can definitely tell as you're approaching, you're coming up a hill to it, that it's much larger than the place you came from. Well, by much larger, I say it's about
Is it the same?
Twice the size.
Is it the same quality of houses, or is it?
Yes.
Shabbier?
No, they're actually some of them look a bit better, but you're coming from the west, so these kind of look the same. But also you notice that this is a lakeside town. So as you're approaching and you're emerging from the forest, you actually see a lake to your right. And was there anything else? Other notes? Oh, sorry, I had all these notes on this place and they got mixed up. Here it is. That you're coming from the west, so that is it. Oh, actually, you do notice that a lot of people are walking around, but one person in the crowd catches Alderon's eye. Alderon, make a perception roll, and Michael, make
Wait, say that again.
Perception roll.
Wait.
Perception roll. You. And Michael.
Okay, so I know.
Michael.
Okay.
Michael, you there? Hello?
Yeah, I'm just
18 plus 8.
Okay, make a stealth roll, please.
Alright, I can't pause it.
Is he really stealthing though? Like, I don't see him.
Well, he's in a crowd of people. He's in a crowd of people, so he technically gets a stealth roll.
Okay. So it's like assassin.
Yeah, kind of. Fuck, I'm really not good with most of these fighters.
Harley Quinn.
Don't worry about it. Talking to myself, really.
Atrocitus.
Oh, Michael, you gonna roll?
Fighters approaching Brainiac.
Killing sweepers at the moment.
Would you like me to roll for you?
No.
Why you're complaining about not being able to play, and now you're finally in the game and you're not ready.
Yeah, I'm just in that moment. Okay, stealth roll you want to.
Yes.
It's just D20, isn't it, Razor?
D20 plus stealth.
What was stealth under again?
Stealth. It is literally stealth.
STL.
Just making sure because I thought it was an I.
No, STL.
Razor, in the future, you're gonna have to put your lowercase L with a capital L.
No, because I already typed it.
No, yeah, he retyped it. It is a capital L.
Oh, okay.
I got a 7.
Okay, so yeah, you stick out like a sore thumb. So Colors, you instantly recognize that sorry, you instantly recognize that Apple and Jade. Wait, is Jade there? Recap.
Don't tell anyone.
Michael.
I continue walking.
Michael, is Jade there? Recap. Is Jade there? Okay.
Yeah, she's.
Yeah.
Did you hear me, Razor?
Yes, I heard you, but I don't care. I gotta explain this. I gotta talk about this. As a GM, I gotta talk about this.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you notice that Jade and Michael are there strolling along the city looking at some of the buildings. They're also with a strange person that you get a very good look at. She's wearing similar clothing to what Afari has put on, except rather than black clothing, it's white clothing that actually shines in the sunlight. And it doesn't have any of the hanging parts. So it's just a straight...
Is this another chick Razor fucked and then got as a second character?
What?
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 I'm just asking out of curiosity. You said she's following him, and he seems like the type that would just fuck any female, so...
Oh well,
Maybe
I'm glad
you
that
should go
think
up
of me
and
so
ask him.
Nah, I'm good, I'm just gonna go.
Okay, so Aderon's just gonna walk straight past you.
Can I use a perception roll?
Yeah, you can make a perception roll. I'm gonna give you disadvantage because you don't know they're there.
Do a stealth?
No, you're out of the crowd, but you still get to do a stealth roll.
Nice, okay.
Give it my perception.
Yeah, perception.
Okay, I got a nat 20.
Oh, nat 20. So, Apple, you immediately...
I get to roll though, can't I still roll?
It's
if I get a nat 20, don't I beat his...
No, because he's looking for you.
Wouldn't it then go off extra stealth?
No, because you're... Basically...
I'm seeing him and I want to avoid him.
Yeah, but you're out in the open. You're out in the open. You're not in the crowd. You're out in the open. So, if it comes down to nat 20 versus nat 20, you lose.
Yeah, gotcha. Whatever.
And that was me, not Jade, too.
So you see...
Oh, that was Jade.
No, that was Apple, not Jade. You said it was Apple, not Jade.
Oh, okay.
So you... Yeah, Apple, you immediately... None of the others. So, now you two are together. The three of you are now finally together.
I never said going
Me and Rose decide to go walking around the town. We depart from everyone. We go into the crowd.
Well... Apple?
You did say we're further apart. It would take him long to get to me.
Yeah, but you're walking towards him. You're walking towards him. You can't... Walking away is back the way you came.
I'm leaving. I'm going into the forest.
Okay then.
I'm good.
Apple...
Go hunting.
Apple, you see that they're walking back into the forest.
Yeah, I'm like, okay, just walk off. Just continue what I was doing before.
Okay.
Because I know they're all here.
Okay, I'm gonna step in here. Afari takes notice that you instantly turned around and started walking away, so she's gonna first ask you what's wrong. Hold on.
We're too far away, but that's how fast we were getting away.
Okay.
We're already in the forest at this point, just waiting in the forest, waiting for him to pass.
Okay, so she turns back around and she's scanning the crowd, and she recognizes that 3 people stand out amongst the crowd, because the crowd are all drow, and then there's this dragonborn. There's this dragonborn, I forget, just human, and something else that actually she's seen this before, but I don't have to say it because this is an NPC. And actually, she actually runs over to the other girl whose name currently escapes me. Where is it? There it is.
I forgot.
So she runs.
So bad.
Don't worry, I found
your own main character names.
Oh, this one isn't a main. This one isn't a main. Don't get that confused. This one isn't a main. She looks over, and she recognizes a familiar face, and she starts sprinting into the crowd, and she yells out, "Jinx, Jinx, it's Jinx!"
That's what the name is.
Yeah, that's the name. I finally found it. It's in a big list of names that have no context.
I thought Jinx was dead, or is this a different one that you know?
No, this Jinx isn't the one that's dead.
Okay.
Wait. So she runs over to Jinx, and because she's yelling at Jinx, Jinx notices her, and they meet halfway, with a little celebratory hug. And as they're hugging, they actually lift into the air a little bit, and then drop back down to the ground gently. But all of you are too far away to hear their conversation, although they do seem very happy. No, Jinx ran away from you to meet them halfway.
Okay, well, then I would have noticed, wouldn't I?
And also, Kit, before you ask, she is double moving, so she outruns you, no matter how hard you try.
Just have to add that there. No, but Razor, due to my nat 20, wouldn't I notice that she's moved?
You notice that Jinx runs off. You also see the girl that you think she's running towards while they're running, because they look similar in the way that they're dressed, despite being one wearing black, one wearing white. And you also see them hug, obviously, and all that, because they meet outside the crowd, so it's very easy to see them.
Yep.
Are they still there?
They're talking, but none of you are close enough to hear it.
No, but we can still see. I'm asking, are they still there?
Apple and...
Have they not left the same spot? Have they not left that area?
Who's they? Are you talking about Apple, Jinx, and...
Yeah, Apple and Jade.
Apple and Jade, what are you doing? You just saw your companion run off.
I'm just asking, at this precise moment in time, are they still there?
Yeah, they'll still be there. Yes, they'll still be there.
I'm setting up the tent. Me and Razor. But wait.
Yeah.
Okay, they're setting up a tent.
Me and Jade are done the walk over to Jinx.
Okay, so as you get...
Me and Rose pull out our books and start reading.
As you get closer to Jinx, you begin to pick up on parts of their conversation. You hear them regaling memories from time that they must have spent together.
I'm so glad I'm not there right now.
Also complimenting each other on outfits and weapons.
Do they used to date?
Not gonna metagame, you can ask if you're that curious. Also, Kit, what do you do during this time?
Are you gonna go up to him? Like, what? You're just gonna stand there confused? Okay.
Okay, so you're just standing there confused. Okay.
So basically, she followed us when
Yeah. Okay, so I guess that cuts back to Apple and Jade then. Are
you gonna sit up your tent before he cuts, or are you gonna just sit out in the sun?
Okay, can you get... Okay. Now, Jade and Apple, you see, as you get closer, they're no longer hugging each other, and this woman that you can see, who's got black hair and is wearing a black dress similar to Jinx's white dress. Can you two please shut up? I'm
just laughing. I can't help it. It's funny. You can't say it's not funny. I can't help it.
Anyway, and this girl that Jinx is talking to actually looks back at you with a death stare.
Wait, looks at who? Because Kit isn't there, by the way, so...
Jinx and Apple. Apple and Jade. Jinx and Jade. Why did I do that?
I don't know, maybe a shipping crew captain.
Now you're making your own character mad at the person it's been following. You fucked up.
Moving.
You want to see what this?
Moving on. Apple and Jade, it's your turn.
Let's find out what angers
Your friend is now glaring at you. By the way, that's what you.
No, Jinx
on that one.
ain't
No, Jinx. Yeah, Jinx isn't looking in your direction. Jinx is facing the other way.
Nice.
You,
I thought that Jinx saying who's this.
Okay.
who was glaring at who? You said Jinx was glaring at.
No. No. I said this woman that they hadn't seen is glaring at them. You know, because I can't.
Okay.
Because you guys aren't close enough for me to say Afari, so I've got to say this strange woman.
Okay.
It don't make sense.
It's just you say strange woman, so I think Jinx.
Yeah, I got to use
we can
different
still
words
see
depending
that.
on who's close enough. And also whose perspective it is. Yeah, anyway, so you walk up to Jinx and say, "Who's this?" That's what I heard. Just making sure. Yeah. Okay, so Jinx looks back at you and then back at the strange woman and says, "Oh, this is Afari. We used to live together under the teachings
Of who? Of blank?
of blank.
Come on, say it.
Of blank."
Who took a name? Blank
Just
ain't.
say it. Oh.
Blank is such
Look, once I remember what the actual name I said is, it will change then.
It'll change.
just name
But
it.
I'm just loving that you're saying
I'm
blank
not-
because of the anime that we've both seen. I'm just loving it.
Yeah,
for
I
that
know,
one
but
fact.
shut up. This is supposed to be my time with Michael now. He's been waiting patiently.
So,
Anyway,
Deadshot.
All the time in the world.
Superman.
moving on. Anyway, so
Fighters approaching Fortress of Solitude.
see what have we got to deal with? Yeah, so Afari then looks at you and she lightens up a bit, but she's still got.
Or maybe you're bluffing.
You can see directly into her eyes, like you're making full eye contact, and you have a very bad feeling about them. You don't feel right being around her. But
around the...
anyway, but then she smiles a little bit, and she says, "Oh, it's nice to meet you. I'm guessing you're friends of Jinx."
Yeah, I guess.
This is the first time we've seen a Fari kiss.
easiest
Yeah.
paycheck ever.
I don't think it is.
I'm starting to think Ducky was spot on the girlfriend crack up. I'm starting to think he was spot on.
Moving on.
Ready to quit yet?
You anyway, so
I'm really tempted to go grab some now. I have popcorn I could go grab. I'm really tempted.
anyway, so Afari, yeah, so she looks at you, a little bit smile. Yeah. Okay, sorry, I lost my track, but now I remember. So she then says, okay then, she kind of stops for a second, and then she says out of nowhere, "Are you a conjurer by chance?"
Yes, I guess.
Yes, I guess. Yes, I guess. So
Well,
then
he is a noob at it, Razor.
Then
if you
she-
think so he kind of is, I guess.
Then
Yeah.
she follows up with, "Oh, so do you happen to know the shopkeeper of this town? I'm currently looking for some supplies related to, but I'm guessing you took over the shop if you're the conjurer." What?
What? Who?
Oh, she's got you confused for being a
I'm thinking
shopkeeper.
back of the last thing.
Okay, do you want me to help you out here? Because it's been 2 weeks. Or 3
Yeah, I
weeks,
guess,
actually, I think. No, I don't remember anymore. But, okay.
It's been 3-4 weeks exactly. That's the time frame.
Anyway, so you remember that there was you only went to the market, the general market. You didn't see the other shops. So you don't know, but you know where the inn is because obviously you stayed there. You know where the guard barracks is because you saw it. You know most of the area.
Yep.
So.
Oh, for once he actually.
So it's up to you what you want to say here, man.
Gorilla Grodd.
Okay, I'll say... No, I haven't been to that shop.
Okay, and when you said that, she looks up at you and says, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry. I thought you were the shopkeeper. I'm so sorry. I got you confused." In that case,
you should feel respected about this, by the way, Michael, because she just basically said she thought you had a higher skill level in conjuring than you actually have. So you should be respected right now.
Shop dealer doesn't mean I have a higher level in conjuring.
Yeah, for magic shops, they're higher level. That's why you never want to steal from them.
1, metagaming, 2, not always.
I didn't say always. I said most of the time.
Either way. Anyway, and moving on from that, so she says, "Oh, well, in that case, I already know the way. We got a bit of a dilemma here, because it seems that the group that I've been traveling with has fucked back off without me, and now that I've met Jinx, I kind of don't want to leave you guys. Not since I've just met Jinx again."
More than welcome to stay if you like.
Maybe we should talk about it with the other people that I'm traveling with. Maybe we can come to a reasonable conclusion to this dilemma.
Well, how are you gonna find them out of curiosity, Razor? How are you gonna find us?
Oh, really? You really want to know? Yeah, I can do it right now if you wanted to.
Well, I'm curious to know how your character could find us. Like,
okay, so she looks back the way you came and cannot actually see you in the tree line. But then, Alderon, you actually feel a very familiar feeling. Kind of feels like a wave of energy just washes over you and then back. And you recognize this wave. This is exactly what your ping ability is.
oh, I know what you're talking about. I thought we said that we had to have line of sight for that one.
No, we didn't. We certainly did not.
Oh, we didn't. It should though, but we didn't.
Doesn't.
So yeah, continue. Yeah.
And then
it only works for that one thing though, but it does work in this situation.
Yeah, it does. But because you've got the same ability,
I got some time done on my meditating on my scrolls.
Yeah, you did actually. So at this point, you would have got about 10 minutes done. So you can add that to today's pool if you want.
No, I'll just like message 10 minutes at you, okay? Don't respond to it.
Okay. Anyway, so moving on. Hang on, I gotta pause that real quick. So moving on, Afari runs back up to the forest where she'd come from. Jinx following closely behind her, but he's actually falling behind. Apple and Jade, are you following?
I wasn't here. What's happening?
Okay, Jinx and Afari are running up to where Afari came from. Are you following?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. All four of them make a beeline directly for you, Alderon.
I don't mind. Me and Rose are just laying in our tent, just reading our books. Fine.
It's your shame.
Okay, well, Afari, well, okay.
Oh, I just remembered something. Wait, Razor, I'm messaging you something really quickly.
Oh shit, that means I gotta get my farm.
No,
We're
you
doing
don't
so
have to,
great.
just look at it.
We're doing so great without me having to get my farm.
Actually, you don't have to get your phone. I'll just say it to you. I'll mute my. You guys don't know this info, so you can't know it. Right?
And you're basically metagaming
Then I'll
towards
mute
the game.
Oh.
I'll decide if it's metagaming, don't worry.
No, I'm just saying. Actually, can't. Wards off people, remember?
What? Say again.
Remember my tent? It wards off people.
Your tent was
You
a...
can find Kit who's near us, but it wards off people, remember? People who I don't want looking for, remember? I spent major money on it, remember?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, the ping ability shows every life form. So yes, it sees Kit, it sees you, it sees Rose. Even if it doesn't see the two of you, it still sees Kit. Still sees Kit, so
no, but you wouldn't see the tent is what I'm getting at, like, cause
Would the ping ability be able to find me even though I'm dead
So what I'm saying is, you would notice.
Yeah, it's life form. It's blood.
Yeah, so you wouldn't know that there's. You would know that there's something there, but you wouldn't see it.
Yeah, basically. Except you actually see the outline of their body. You really don't. You see a ball, essentially.
There is more work to be done.
Yeah, true. Anyway. But...
Remember,
no matter what, they still find you and they still make a beeline for you. You can't get out of that bit.
I know. But I'm not saying they don't find that area, I'm just saying you don't know where in that area they are.
Well, they found Kit, so...
Yeah. He didn't see, he followed us.
Plus I got a nat 20 perception before.
Yeah, but it doesn't count after the town. It doesn't count after the town. It's two different areas.
Plus you wouldn't notice this. This isn't something like, because it's...
Because it's green and you're in a bush?
No, I don't want to say, but it has a...
It has an ability that makes it invisible to magic. End of story, move on. It still doesn't help in the situation.
So like the TARDIS where it wards off people.
Still,
Still
doesn't help in this situation, so stop arguing about it.
Yeah, it doesn't, honestly.
So you found Kit by locating her, so...
Well, they're still making a beeline for you and then they're gonna see the tent. When they're making a beeline for Kit, they're gonna see the tent.
Yeah, but remember, it stops the people from looking at Kit, remember? It wards...
I'm burning that tent when I see it.
Yeah, and besides that, Kit's close enough that he wouldn't be affected.
I know. I'm saying you guys are. Where we are.
Yeah, well, it's... By the way, it's kind of like to the point where if they're really trying to find it, they will still see it. It's like if they're just walking around not looking for it, that they won't see it.
No one's seen it yet, though, so they don't know what it looks like.
No, but if they're looking for you, they will start looking at their surroundings in closer detail, which will mean that they will see the tent.
I know.
Yeah, please. Anyway, back to what we were doing.
How long does it take you guys to get to us, out of curiosity?
Not long, because she's making a beeline straight for Kit, so... Being faster than most.
So it takes like 1 minute? Like what?
Yeah, about that. Because it's, it's also downhill, so extra momentum.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, about a minute, I would say.
Okay.
Bleep.
Okay, so as Apple and Jade, as you guys arrive, Kit, I guess you'd see this from the opposite angle. You see... Okay, so actually, I'm gonna do Apple and Jade first. Apple and Jade, you see a catfolk... What color are you again? Purple? Okay, you see a young purple catfolk woman.
Aren't you purple and blue? but
Doesn't matter.
purple works.
Yeah, basically purple.
Yeah.
Just sitting, I'm guessing on the ground, standing up. What are you doing? Sitting on the ground, reading a book. It seems like they're alone. Then you also, and so Kit, you see Afari come back with a strange woman in a similar outfit, only it's white instead of black and doesn't have the special additives to it. You also see a reptilian person who's wearing heavy armor, iron armor.
I'm not that scaled.
With a sword.
Does he have a tail too?
With a sword. No, he does not have a tail. We keep going on. Does not have a tail. And alongside him, kind of with him the same way Rose is with Alderaan, kind of like that stance that they walk in, is a young lady who's also wearing not heavy armor, is it? I think it's hide armor. Let me double check. Let's just go with hide armor until I tell you. Banded up. Yeah, so it's hide armor. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. What are you gonna do? Okay, Afari looks at you and then back at Jinx and says, well, this lovely lady in the white is Jinx. She's a childhood friend of mine. We actually grew up together for about a year, and then I kind of for about it.
I like
no,
how
she
your
says
character was not suspicious of Michael at all.
she says
At all.
She says shut up for a second. She said she actually I'm backtracking for a second. Lived with her for about a year with the lady that passed away recently, and blank whatever. And then Jinx actually stops her and says, "Yeah, but this selfish young ran away." She actually stops. She doesn't say that word. She doesn't say anything. She literally stops and then.
The thought bubble though was selfish. Basically, guys.
Mini death stare, and then they actually start laughing.
So Afari. I said it correctly this time.
Yes.
Gives a mini death stare to a friend.
Jinx.
I did say it correctly. What I meant, I didn't put any spaces.
I did say, yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, yeah, and then they have a little bit of chuckle, which turns into a bit of a laugh. And then Jinx says, "Oh yeah, and these are two people that I met recently, up on the Plateau Mountains, if you could believe it." And Jinx said, Afari actually looks back at Apple and Jade in wonder, and then back at Jinx. And now it's somebody else's turn. Okay, so yeah. Okay, so Kit says...
You're a traitor, by the way. I'm gonna remember this.
Kit says, yeah, I got a couple of friends that would also like to meet you. And he points at an empty space in between two trees. And as you guys, as Apple, Jade, and Afari focuses on it, it actually turns into a tent. It looks like the tent just appeared out of nowhere, despite it having been there the whole time.
I couldn't resist, I'm sorry.
That's okay, I'm used to it at this point.
It does fit though, you know.
It does a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it just it's not fucking over.
Yeah, anyway.
Well, I obviously hear them, so I ignore them obviously.
Kit walks over to the tent.
You can't open it. Only the people I want opening it. It's a thing I actually paid for.
That is true, but you can scratch through it. If you tried.
What for?
Yeah, but if you do that, then I'll hate you forever because like I paid money for this.
You can still do it.
Harley
Don't
Quinn.
worry, you pay me enough, I can kill him for you.
Okay, and
You
Apple and Jade.
Apple wasn't mentioned to you yet, Kit. So
Actually, it was. It was.
Was?
Jinx did it.
Oh, okay.
Um,
No, she just said she didn't say the name. She just said these two people I met.
Good point. Good point. That is true.
Begin.
I'm just warning him so he doesn't fuck up in the future. Careful.
No, this is this. Anyway, but Apple and Jade, you recognize that he said. Sorry, she said Alderaan and Rose.
He's already seen us and he saw that we left, so there's no point. Me and Rose come out and I say, hello, we meet again, you're his teammate. I have responded to Apple was that before. He has
I pulled my sword out, then pointed at him.
Okay, this is getting hostile immediately. Okay, at this point, Afari and Jinx, as soon as you pull out your sword, Afari and Jinx start to get a little bit worried. They're worried they might have actually caused some sort of conflict between you. So, the two of them actually interlock their right and left hands. So I guess for Afari it would be left, and Jinx would be right. And you.
And two Hellions appear.
And they start silent. Shut up. They start silently.
Right now, I've actually gone the weird route, and I've imagined people say, imagining them doing a little thing together. You know, I'm just imagining that.
Oh, what have I started? Okay. Either way, but then who would see this? I guess if Rose and Alderaan just came out, Alderaan, with your increased perception, would definitely see this. As they interlock hands and they begin to both stare at you guys, you actually notice that through the exposed top parts of the sleeve of Fari's arm, you actually begin to notice similar markings to that on the Hellion start to appear. And this first starts on the arm that's interlocked and then travels to the other arm.
Do they glow too, or are they just like...
They glow red.
Okay.
But now that you're looking at that specific part of the skin, you actually remember seeing that the markings that are now glowing were already there. They were just very hard to see because of her skin color. But you can tell that the markings were already there, they're just starting to glow now. It sounds like Jinx went somewhere.
I'm just waiting for whatever those two are gonna do.
Well, I'm waiting for you guys because this is kind of like a charge up move, so it takes a little bit.
Well,
I shield my sword, and then you just...
Well, you don't see this. You don't see them behind you.
and then me and him, we embrace each other in a manly hug, you know, like the grab the fist and you pat the back. No, fuck off.
I think if you want a knife in your back, then yeah, sure, go ahead. Calling me useless is just something I don't take.
You were useless during the prologue, okay? Like, come on.
What do you mean? Without me, you would have died by that
You sucked around
goblin.
in the first fucking town, didn't get any info. Second,
You and me?
Yeah, but
any
without
of the
me,
battles.
Actually, can I weigh in here for a second as GM?
Yeah?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Where did
thanks to
Jade
you
come
giving
from?
him pity.
Where did Jade come from? Where did
but you
Jade
get
come
pity.
from?
You said that he pissed off all the maids, but you then gave him pity. You didn't say this, but I realized this. You then gave him pity and went, okay,
Didn't he
you
do
can
the
have one
same
of
to
the
you?
maids.
Didn't he do that to you as well?
No, but you said you pissed
Kinda
off
did
all
with
the
the
maids.
enchanting, yeah, but shut up.
Yeah. So I wouldn't be saying too much.
You guys both have... I catered to both of you in different episodes of the prologue. I can't believe we have to talk about this.
No, I'm fine with what happened, but calling me useless and I did most of the damage is quite low of someone to say.
If you were to take him as both party members, Jade and Apple, they did do more damage overall. And that's saying something when you're looking at Rose.
Jade's a useful teammate. I'm talking about Michael himself. Not Apple.
Yeah, it's just me that's the problem.
It's just me.
No, whatever.
Your problem. I feel like your problem isn't with Apple, it's with Michael.
No, because what he said is Jade's
useless teammate.
Right, but it's just
yeah, Jade's alright. Yeah, I know. I'm listening to the conversation too. I just don't like what I'm hearing.
Yeah, but it's also well, technically Razor was controlling her at points, so that's why she was useful most probably.
Didn't she also control Rose? Didn't he?
I also control Rose. Yeah.
I didn't say that she wasn't useless, or she was useful. I'm talking about you, and I mentioned that Jade was useful, and that you were useless during the pro. That's all I said. It was just a nickname me and Matt came up to you, remember? That we said at certain points.
Yeah, Carl, can you give me permission just to cut his head off now?
So you've sheathed your sword again. So what's happening now? Are you continuing up?
You can't get angry at me for what we just said. That wasn't during the game. You know that, right? That was me explaining my point.
No, it wasn't. Anyway, so I sheathed my sword. Jade, I look at Jade and see what she wants to do. She doesn't.
So you don't wanna greet each other, then I guess. Okay. I guess I'm just gonna give him a nod.
Okay.
He doesn't want the companion hug, then he can put the nod.
Okay, so you already heard that. How are your two characters responding?
It's a nod.
Jade's gonna be polite as always and greet. I'm gonna also greet back, even though I don't want to, but I will.
Okay, so you're going honorable. Okay, it's at this point that it would have been finished. So you guys start hearing some buzzing behind you. And so as you all turn behind you to look, you see Jinx and Afari who have locked arms, and now Afari has glowing symbols on both of her arms, and Jinx's skin. Oh shit! I forgot to mention. Jinx's skin is green, by the way, and she's got red hair. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. I can't believe that's just occurred to me that she doesn't look normal. Yeah, I'm sorry.
He talked about her clothes a lot.
Yeah.
Clothes today.
Hey, shut up. Anyway, so her skin actually goes a slightly darker shade of green as well, but it's noticeable. And then they're kind of like whispering to each other.
I quirked my eyebrow. And
then
I then do a lazy float behind so Michael can see.
No, Michael's turned around as well because of the buzzing noise. Anyway, so it's at this point where they're now both looking around frantically. And then they both lock eyes on a tree on the opposite side of the clearing.
Harley Quinn wins.
Yeah, so a tree on the opposite side of the clearing to where you guys are all grouped up. And so they both simultaneously.
Sorry.
They both simultaneously. Fuck you, by the way. They both simultaneously.
Yes, I guessed it. Sorry.
All of a sudden, the tree splits. Sorry, the sheet. Sorry.
Oh, it's an invisible Kamehameha. Ooh.
The English is great when it works, isn't it? I think that's my cue to stop soon. So the tree just explodes from the inside out, but as pieces of bark and wood starts to fly towards you, they kind of bounce off the air at a point and down to the ground away from all of you.
Because I'm in tune with magic, do I see the
Intelligence check.
The attack?
Magic intelligence check.
Okay, what is it?
D20 plus intelligence. Because you're a mage.
Oh, yeah, sure. Oh. I need to go to that. What's my intelligence again? Oh wow, I forgot how high it was. I knew it was high, I didn't know it was that high. D20. I got 16 plus 5, so 20.
21. Okay, so you've seen spells like this, especially on the battlefield. You know that this is what's known as a joint spell, which is, as its name suggests, is where the casters actually join in some way, so that they can share energy to actually destroy, to actually use the spell. Because it would be.
Do I see the energy being? Do I see the energy?
No, you don't. But you know spells similar to this because this was a wind spell. You pick a specific location, and it's kind of like your cyclone spell, but instead of it creating a localized cyclone, it's a giant explosion of air. So, if the air in that specific area will explode out at an immense force, and for a moment or two in the blast radius, there will be literally no oxygen. And because of this, it creates a very loud bang. But you know, hang on.
Her enhanced senses?
Maybe, but you also know that the reason they were frantically looking around is because once a joint spell has gone past a certain point, it can no longer be cancelled. So they had to find a place to safely disperse the energy.
No, they thought we were all gonna do like a group fight and they were gonna get put into it, lol. No, but the two girls did. They thought that it was gonna become a group fight, and then the winners were gonna attack them. And
then after when you guys are done shielding your eyes and you look up at the destruction, you notice that Jinx is down on one knee due to the energy
shield
dispersal.
My eyes because I've seen this before?
Yeah, you saw bark and shit flying towards you, and you didn't know if it was going to hit you or not, so everybody shielded their eyes. It's just, yeah, that's part of it. But then, you notice, so you see Jinx down on one knee, panting, and then, Afari is actually out cold on the ground.
Oh, so you actually did take my advice and put in some,
and her
turn kickers. Oh, nice.
Her symbols have also dissipated, so they're no longer glowing, but they're still obviously visible.
Only I noticed, remember, so...
Yeah, well, you're the one that did this check, so you saw this. I'm speaking to you.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, this is just...
I was just saying that, so...
The GM goes with the highest roll and then explains it to that person, but as if to the entire group. Because generally, like a large group of people will just automatically share that information.
Cool. So, don't share the info, gotcha.
You don't have to.
No, I'm saying I'm not.
Okay, well, everybody else, I guess you just noticed that Jinx is now on one knee and Afari is out cold.
No. I go over to Jinx and Afari to see if they're alright.
Hang on, Apple's moving fast. So you go over to Jinx and see if she's alright.
Yeah.
Did they lose any, oh no wait,
Here's your chance. Kill me.
there's no way to scan them.
Hang on, say that again, Colors.
No, I was like wondering, because there's no way for me to specifically scan to see if they've lost any. HP,
No, there's no.
Like, oh, I'm not gonna ask. So I was just like,
Yeah. Yeah, sorry.
That way.
I shouldn't have followed up on it then.
That's why I stopped. That's why I stopped.
Okay, and so Apple immediately walks over and sees if Jinx is okay. Helps her onto her feet. And then Jinx is instantly gonna get back on both knees and begins to look over Afari to see if she's wounded. And she actually looks very distressed at this point, as if something went wrong.
I ask how is she?
Jinx looks up at you and she's beginning to cry and says, I don't know, it's been too long since we've controlled power like this. She could be dead for all I know.
I use helping hands on Afari. Yeah, because they get pissed when I pat them with a hand, so I'm just gonna poke them with a finger. In the shoulder, because Razor.
Okay, well, as you approach, you would start casting the spell, and Jinx sees that your hand begins to glow and instantly recognizes it, so she doesn't stop you. And then, so healing hands, how much are you healing her for? I'm guessing the full amount?
Yeah, because I don't need to heal myself, so 20.
Okay, so, as you get close...
This should bring her back, like, as you get everything, cause...
As you get close, you notice that her skin is, she's bleeding just about everywhere as you get close. But her clothes are still completely intact. So when you heal it, there's actually a good reason. I can explain it if you want me to. Yeah, you want me to explain it? It's because the damage is done to the body, so it's like internal damage rather than external damage. So because of it, it actually ignores armor, weaponry, that kind of stuff. So it can't be blocked or dodged, but it also doesn't harm the clothing.
If it blows off a body part, though, it will take the clothing with it.
No, because it's internal. It's internal,
but
technically.
If it like blew off the full foot, wouldn't it also take the clothing?
Well, yeah, but that becomes an external damage. That becomes external damage if it actually damages that much.
Okay.
Yeah. Of course you would find that annoying.
So I'm healing her. Is she healed?
Actually, you know what? Fine. I just realized how stupid that sounds anyway, especially in this type of spell. So you get your way. Once you actually start to heal her and you start to, and Jinx actually starts to wipe off some of the blood, you do notice that now that the blood is disappearing and you can actually see the clothing, there is tears in it.
Because I'm a modest guy, I use
all over the place.
Wardrobe change on her, and I give her back the dress she had on earlier on that day.
Okay.
You know which one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know exactly which one you're talking about, and that would work on her type of clothing too. So, wardrobe change, that's...
Well, I've already seen it. I know what that clothing is.
Yeah, so now... And nobody else notices you do this because you're the only one close enough to see the spell, except for Jinx, I guess. Wait. We never really discussed how like the notice range on it. I guess I. No, I guess Jinx would
For
notice.
what?
Nobody
For
else.
tearing in clothes?
No,
Yeah,
like
she's dead to her.
Cause you're essentially instantly repairing the clothing as far as everybody else is concerned. So essentially, everybody that isn't close
I'm
enough
also
to.
changing it though, you know?
Well, if you said you're using the exact same type, anyway. So yeah, you use wardrobe change, so her clothes look completely normal. And Jinx kind of looks
Remember,
up at.
I put an extra point in for so mine's actually real. It's not illusion. Remember?
Oh, so you actually mend it. That's right, because it's an alteration spell, not an illusion. Yep. Okay.
I
so
alter
you actually
the clothing.
you
but
mend.
it keeps the same armor.
Yeah. So you actually
value.
mended the clothing, so it looks almost good as new.
But it's different clothes to the other one because
technically,
I don't trust the kid.
Technically,
she's not wearing the really revealing thing. She's back in her normal dress, you know.
What do you mean? Like, no, yeah. What do you mean?
She wasn't. Remember when didn't she wear like a bandit or something like hide armor when we first?
Yeah,
I put her in that.
Oh, you put her in the black pearl armor. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She's unconscious. I'm being modest.
I think that's 5 times you've called him cunt in the past 10 minutes. Kit is very pissed that you're using wardrobe change on Afari, but Jinx.
They don't know what it is, so.
Jinx is. Well, you notice that they're
just pissed at their clothes coming back.
Anyway, and your healing, now that you've done your healing hands and you've started cleaning off some of the blood, you notice that the runes have turned into just scars, but each one is still noticeable. But they're not bleeding anymore, at least.
I use another healing hands.
Okay, so you're doubling up? Okay, so the scars will disappear.
Yeah, basically.
Scars will what's the mental root? So scars will disappear. She's still unconscious.
She'd also get energized, wouldn't she?
She's still unconscious. And then, so do you go for a third time, or are you stopping there? What are you doing?
I call for her Hellion Decomprotector. See if it works.
No, that does not work.
I don't know. That's
Good try. Good try, though.
Okay.
But as you're doing that, Jinx kind of puts her hand on your shoulder and says, "Thank you, but I'm afraid that's not going to work." She seems to have taken a lot of mental damage from that spell. It might have even been caused by.
So that is possible in the future if she's not.
Might have even been caused by something else. So you know, she's still breathing.
Remember, they have to. We would have to wait around for her saving throws to not
really
work.
thought this
We're not
through.
waiting around for that bullshit.
He's really thought this through. He just didn't stop talking for 30 seconds of how he's gonna make Afari fall in love with him. Oh my god.
I did warn you.
I feel bad for the character that I created. I put my heart and soul into this character and you come along.
Now you know why I'm being modest. You should thank me later.
Anyway, so Jinx actually picks her up and does like the bridal carriage thing and says...
I ask if, because the tent is still there, I ask if she wants to go on the tent to stay safe.
Okay, she looks at the tent and says, "I don't think that's going to be enough for this area. Surely it will protect a couple of people, but
Oh no, I'm only saying
she could be.
I'm saying that Jinx and her can go inside.
Afari Afari here is very special. I don't think that would hide her energy from anything. And because of the state that she's in, she may be attracting some unwanted attention. So I'm going to take her back into town where I know one of the merchants. Hopefully they can help her. And she begins to walk back into town. It's kind of like speed. Yeah, of course you can. It's kind of a little bit like speed walking. She's trying to get down. She's trying to get up the hill as fast as possible, which is very hard when carrying another person.
Wait, hold up. I'm just gonna see.
Apple and Jade are talking.
I'm just gonna... Yeah.
No, I don't think that would work. Never mind.
Okay, never mind. What were you saying then, Kit?
I said, I offered and asked if she'll need a hand carrying her bag.
You should be wary. She had leery looks on her face. Like...
There's no carriage drags. No, she says she's got it, but she would love the company into town. Yeah.
What do you
mean?
Well, I've muted everyone. Would my familiar not be able to pack it away, but just take it to the other dimension so I deal with it later? Would it be able to just transport my tent?
No, sorry. Too big.
Okay.
Can't be. No, sorry, hang on. Wasn't talking to you, Kit. 1 second. No, Colors, it's gotta be smaller than it.
Okay.
Okay, what were you saying? Sorry, Kit, I didn't even realize you were talking. When you and Colors were talking to me at the same time and I was focusing on him, so what did you say just a minute ago? Yeah, so you're going with them into town. Anybody else going with them into town?
Oh yeah.
No, I'm watching my.
Okay, you're watching the tent.
It takes too long to put it back, you know.
So is Rory's, I'm guessing.
Is Jinx struggling? Is Jinx struggling to carry?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Remember, Jinx is taller than her, so she would be stronger too.
Jinx is a bit taller than Afari, and it also seems like she had no problem lifting Afari up.
No.
In fact, no, I'm not saying that. That's metagaming. Keep going.
Does she have a tamer sword too?
Oh, why don't you make a perception roll for that?
She's already gone. I'm asking, like, while I was standing next to her.
Yeah.
You know,
still gonna. Oh wait, no, you're standing right next to her, so you would have seen it. She has a one-handed longsword that was on her.
I'm wondering if she was a tamer.
Belt, but you also noticed a strange bow on her back. It was a metal bow. But you weren't paying enough attention to actually see what it was. Although, in your short glimpse of it, you also noticed it had 2 string instead of just 1. But anyway, so...
Which probably means it has longer range.
So, they're going back into town. So, for the party that's following Jinx and Afari, you walk back into...
Wait, is Michael following, or is he staying with me?
Well, I would want to stay with you. Of course, I'm following.
I'm just wondering where you are.
Okay, so Michael...
leading him away?
Michael's following.
I'm going to suggest it to him. Okay, good. Because I was going to suggest.
Yeah, so... Michael's I'm guessing Michael and Jade are following, or is Jade staying behind?
She's not going to leave me with Jade. Not that I would do anything.
Anyway, so you guys
I wouldn't. I'm not like you, kid. My character's modest and kind.
Anyway, so you guys...
Kind-ish.
You guys...
He's not like a...
You guys continue back up to the west entrance into town. First, you notice a few rows of buildings similar to what you saw in the village, for those of you that were there. Others, so Jade and Apple, these look worse than the ones that you saw further in. But then as you go further in, the small circular huts turn into circular wood and stone buildings that look rather posh in comparison. and then Jinx takes the second left once you enter this area, up the road to the inn that Jade and Apple stayed in, and then
this guy.
to the right. So for the people, for Kit, you walk past this inn that looks very different to the rest of the buildings. Instead of being circular, it's a more square building, and it looks very large in comparison. But as you keep walking down, you see this one circular building in this posh district that looks out of place. Instead of being a wood and stone building, it's made out of metal.
By the way, me and Rose have gone back to reading and.
Okay, I figured that, so you didn't need to tell me. But thank you anyway.
I just figured I'd mention it.
Yeah, but you
never know. We could have got to.
Yeah, but the point is, you didn't have to interrupt me for that. That's when I lose track of what I was saying. When you interrupt me over little things like that.
How big the building was.
No, I'm past that now. So,
okay.
Yeah, so you walk up to this circular metal building, which has a symbol on the door, and Jinx knocks 3 times on the door, waits a second, and then the 4th, and the door just swings open automatically, and with quiet force. And then you can make an intelligence check for it.
What did you get?
It's still calculating.
Yeah, but Razor needs to know the original number and then you add the extra.
Okay. Actually...
It's just a door,
hang on,
that's all you know.
Hang on. You would have advantage on this. So, go again.
Why does he have advantage?
I'll explain if he calls it off.
All them brains and no personality.
You just roll it again, and then choose the better one, by the way.
Okay then. It still looks rather familiar, like you've seen it maybe in your home where you grew up, like in your, I want to say mother's study. Is that it? Yeah, it was mother's. But you're still not entirely sure what it means or how you recognize it.
Perhaps I should collect you.
Step back, Brady Whack!
Sorry, what? I wasn't paying attention.
He literally said, yeah, that's the only part, that's what he said.
Okay, moving on from that.
I'm just totally ignored. Can we go back to Jinx and Afari? Are they asking for medical attention?
So, they walk in, and for the people that are there, you look into the room, and apart from a few wooden furnishing, which looks almost exactly like what Kit saw back at the villa in Penketh? Yeah, Penketh. Looks relatively the same, only the walls are metal instead of wood. Right down to the bed being almost in the exact same position. But this time it's a double bed, and instead of lining up against the wall long ways, the bed head is against the wall. And
so are they in a house or are they in a hospital, out of curiosity?
You're not there. you're not there. Sorry, can't dispel that. But Jinx lays her down on the bed, and as all of you enter the room, the door shuts behind you, and then the candles light themselves. And actually, because Apple, you would recognize this. You see 3 ritual bowls. These are rather big bowls made out of a dark brown metal, and you know that they're used, hence their name, in rituals. This is the key thing for rituals. You need one in every one that you could possibly do. Sorry, my computer's being stupid. Apparently I got 14 minutes left. Moving on, because apparently I've only got 15 minutes until the computer shuts down. So you instantly recognize these ritual bowls, but unfortunately you lost yours a little while ago, so you don't have one to match. So, yeah, I think that's all. Sorry, I thought I had ingredients on the table, but you guys didn't roll high enough. So, oh, and obviously, in case it wasn't plainly obvious, there's no window. The only source of light are the candles that lit themselves.
So, nice. So, what's happening with Jinx and Fingerbob? I kind of want to know. I did use 2 healings just to get them there, so I'm curious to know what's happening.
Okay, well, as far as anybody is concerned right now, Jinx has just laid a Faria on this bed. And Kit, I want to say, what's your perception again? Is it 6? 6 or above?
He got a 3 and a 2. 5.
No, perception. Your base perception's 5. So, yeah, I guess you would kind of notice this because you're focusing on her. You notice at the bed that Jinx actually laid a fire on. It has demonic symbols on both the bed head and the bed legs. These symbols actually light up a little bit when a Fari is laid on the bed, but it's not enough for anybody else to notice. It's kind of like a dim glow that is overshadowed by all the candles.
So basically, you just know it's symbols. You're just like, ooh, symbols.
Yeah. And at this point, Jinx is also...
Me and Matt aren't there, like the knowledge people aren't.
Jinx is also looking around at everybody in the room as well. It looks like she's looking for something, but you guys don't know what. So, if Michael or Kit wants to play right now, please go ahead. He's not.
I guess I could do a prediction roll or something. Get to see what's around the room.
Michael, you make that perception roll. In the meantime, Kit, you ask who is, I'm guessing, sorry, stupid question. So Kit asks Jinx if there's anything that she can do to help. And Jinx looks you over top to bottom and Jade.
Michael does have healing hands.
Jade, she looks over at Jade and she says, "You girl, would you be so kind as to help my friend? She's not gonna last very long in this state."
I'm getting the feeling that some blood ultimate's gonna be going down now. I'm just getting that feeling.
Yeah.
I got a nat 20 again.
On the perception.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Yeah,
So yeah,
somehow.
we'll jump to that perception real quick then. So as you're looking around, you notice some miscellaneous conjuration objects. You also notice a family portrait that's been stuffed away in the corner, and it's a hand drawing, but it's framed as if to be like a family portrait or valuable drawing. And from the likeness that you see in it, it looks very similar to a portrait of Jinx and Afari, but younger. Maybe
By the way,
2
me and
years younger.
Rose have packed up the tent and we're starting to make our way to them.
Okay, so you're walking up into town?
No, I'm walking directly to that. Remember, I have a I gave the direction totem to
Yeah, so you're walking.
remember? So
You're
walking. Yeah, I'm just going directly
You're
to them,
walking
yeah.
up into town then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Stop arguing with me. I already knew what you meant.
Okay.
Okay, so so in the room you also apart from this portrait, which looks very well drawn by the way, you also notice a bunch of supplies that are definitely used in conjuration. In fact, there's a fair bit of a surplus tucked away in one of the corners as well. You notice some nice furnishing that's made of similar material to what you found in your hotel room. But you also notice that on the bed there are these demonic symbols. And you can tell they're demonic because you have a link to conjuration. In fact, you can read some of these, and some of them look like vows that people would usually chant in a binding ritual. Okay, now back to the conversation. Jinx is now looking at Jade, asking if she can help her with something.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, sure, just no question?
No, not really.
No?
Would we have made it to them by now?
No,
or?
no. Okay, so she grabs Jade's hand, and she brings her over to the bed head above Afari and places her hand on two of the symbols. Two very specific symbols, actually. So one hand is fairly over to the left, and then the other her right hand is touching one of the symbols on the side of the bed head.
Yep.
And then she says, "Are you sure you want to go through with this? It may hurt."
Yeah. Jade will say what is it exactly.
Okay, so Jade asks what it is.
So dark. Yeah. For all of you wondering at home, Duffy literally just said, "Oh, it doesn't matter if they die. I can just bring it back because he has a resurrection spell."
So she said.
So dark.
She says, "I had a feeling you were going to ask. Nobody ever does this for no reason. Unfortunately, she's lost a lot of blood, and she's not going to make it through without any intervention. See, what she is doesn't regenerate blood like we do. Her cells can't replicate it. And so...
Oh.
But that's...
You made her anemic, didn't you? I think that's
not the big problem. The main problem with this is that we actually need to give her the ability to. So it's not a blood ritual where you're giving her some of your blood. This is a much safer way where you don't have a chance of backlash. And instead, we simply give her the ability to replicate her own, but it will only last a couple of years. Then she... And so what I need you to do is I need you to bind part of your spirit with her, you'll be sacrificing part of your mortal spirit and letting her devour it in order to gain this ability.
I
But
thought you said
I'm
it was
sure
a safer way.
safer for her. But I'm sure this doesn't hurt you too much. In fact, it actually gives you some strengths. It definitely makes you harder to kill because there's less of you to kill.
Wait, if she devouring a part of my soul, is that also replaced with part of hers?
Okay, so I guess you would have knowledge on this and you're over here in the conversation. You know that it's basically soul splitting, so they steal, say, 25% of the soul, and devour it. So the person is left with 75%.
Oh, vampire!
But because they have 75%, they actually gain some strengths, and they also gain partial death. So, anything that would usually be connected with death, so undead stuff like that, she will have a connection to.
Alright.
Basically, they can't die unless they both die, am I right?
No, she will still be able to die on her own, but say you run into an undead, they'll be able to communicate. Like, if you run into an undead creature, they'll be able to communicate.
One question: what happens if a fiery takes all of the soul?
If a fiery would take all of the soul, and this isn't metagaming because I'm actually just coming up with this, I guess it would kill her, just outright, and she wouldn't be able to be revived because there's no soul.
Wouldn't it, from fantasy, mystical kind of lore, wouldn't it just make them a lifeless, like, zombie with no, like, feelings?
You would think so, but
you do understand if Jade died, a fairy dies too, right?
What do you mean? I'm sorry.
He doesn't mean a fairy. He means a fiery.
Oh, a fiery. No, it doesn't work like that. A fiery is devouring part of Jade.
He's saying that she will. He's going to kill your character.
Oh, yeah, okay, I get it. Sorry, I didn't realize you were threatening me. Not a good move. Are you gonna do it? She's getting very impatient. She says, are you gonna do it or not? Because if you're not, I'm gonna have to find someone else.
Sure.
Okay. Thank God I don't have to abduct someone again. Like I said, this is only gonna hurt for a little bit.
Thank fuck I don't have... Oh, I've ducked someone again. Did she whisper that under a reference, or did she just like say it like full on?
No,
like,
she said it. She
doesn't give a fuck.
She's pretty uncensored.
What did she say?
Oh, you don't need to hear. It's okay.
No, I'm pretty sure you did hear and you're just forgetting. Anyway, point is, she grabs... What was it? Okay, so she runs over to the room, to the other side of the room, and grabs a little dagger that was just sitting there on the display case. It's a completely red metal dagger with some gold.
Did she done a sterilize it first?
And then she runs
You do
back.
that when you're trying to get a bullet out, dude. You're in a person who's already been hurt.
She then runs back over to Jade.
Third face palm of the night.
She then runs over to Jade, and she places it on the underside of Jade's arm. And it's just balancing there. And then so this is still Jinx. Jinx then puts her hand on two other symbols on the bedhead on the opposite side. And then she starts to chant some words in another language that not even you understand, Apple.
You know, if this does work, you're gonna be somewhat owing me.
Like it, please. This is a serious moment.
And so she begins, but amongst some of the unknown language, you do detect some demonic words as well. So you definitely know this is a demonic ritual of some kind. And then all of a sudden, the symbols that they've got their hands on light up, and then Jinx takes her hands away from them once they've lit up, and she then goes back around to the side that Jade is on, and she puts her hand on Afari's forehead and continues to chant these unknown words. And then, right as Colors is arriving to the building, which is very peculiar.
Can we just talk about?
Can I do a percent for no, be quiet, you. Perception, that's the word.
You can, I guess.
Let's hopefully I don't get something shit.
While you're doing that, I'm just gonna say this. It's very hard to hear, but on the other side you can hear enchanting. It kind of sounds like a whisper from there though. And it's barely audible, but you can still hear it. And then back on inside.
Do I understand it?
No.
I have
No.
Magical...
No.
No? Okay.
No.
That's fine. I was just asking.
Just no.
You can. I wasn't asking that again and again.
I know, but you didn't take one. You didn't take one no for an answer, despite I knew exactly what you were talking about. Anyway, so all of a sudden there's a giant. All of a sudden, Afari begins to lift up, and as she's lifting up, she's centered into the middle of the bed, and Jinx tells Jade to get away from the bed now, but not towards any of the other people. And then as she backs away and Jinx backs towards the group, there's a giant ball of red light that starts to appear in between Afari and Jade, and you start to see particles, black, yellow, and red particles, leaving Jade's body, going into this ball, and then black particles coming out of it, going to Afari. And then, as this is happening, the ball gets brighter and brighter, and then it dissipates instantly, and just disappears. And then Afari is dropped straight back onto the bed. Jade falls over. No. Jade falls over, but isn't knocked unconscious or anything. She's just knocked over.
Oh, so I did hear correctly. Thingamabom was floating above the bed.
And yes.
Okay. I thought
And then all of the candles just blow out for a moment and then relight themselves.
Oh my god, that is very specific.
And as they relight, Afari is sitting up on her. Instead of her long black hair that went all the way down to the middle of her back, it's been replaced with this almost spike-like black substance that goes from her head down to her shoulder blades. And it looks very rigid, but also it looks very rigid and very sharp. But it also almost looks like it's still flowing like natural hair. And it's got 3, I want to say, red streaks through it as well. And on Jade's end, she's also now got a red streak on her right fringe.
I thought the same thing, just they would have streaks with the other person's hair. I didn't think you would.
No, it's red on both.
And they both have...
No, just Afari. But she's facing away from you guys, by the way. So this is how come you can see it.
Oh no, I'm not going in there.
No, but the other guys, she's facing away. And then Jinx slowly walks towards the bed. She's very cautious in her movements, and as she gets about 3 steps away from the bed, Afari springs into action and pounces on her. And now that she's facing you guys, you can actually see that along with her black hair, her arms have also turned into that of a monster's. Instead of just being a normal person's arm, it's grown bigger. In fact, almost 4 times the size. And her hand has been replaced with 4 claws. Yes, they would hurt going inside you. But the way she's landed on Jinx is not life-threatening at all. It's kind of like she's just hunched over her. She's not actually dug anything into her.
Oh god. Yeah, continue.
Yeah, I know. It went there too for a second, but I had to say it.
No.
I know.
I went a little bit further.
Oh, righto.
I'm crazy. You did say she went monstrous/beastly.
And then, but then she's there for a moment, and then she actually looks down at Jinx, and it's almost like a moment of realization, and she jumps up, and almost as if on cue, right about halfway through the jump, her hair her hair becomes normal again. So instead of being the rigid spikes that you saw, it begins to flow like natural hair again, and goes back down to the middle of her back. But the claws, her hands and claws are still the same. But she's now looking around frantically at all of you. And Jinx gets up and starts to calm her down. She begins to slowly walk towards her with her left hand out and says, "It's okay, it's okay. You're safe now. They can't touch you here. Look, you... Shut up. Let me do this for a second."
There's most probably a mental plane they most probably went to. She was trapped there.
2:37.
Yeah, we're closing up soon. But no, she's slowly walking towards her, trying to comfort her as much as possible. And then, she stops about 2 steps away from Afari. And she sits down on her knees and bows her head down. And by doing this, Afari actually loosens up. She's no longer in the fighting stance. She's no longer in a fighting stance where she had her claws out ready to go. She's now kind of resting them by her side, and they're slowly turning back into her normal hands again. And you couldn't see this before, but now you can. Her left eye is glowing gold, while her right is a dark red at this moment. And also, in case you're wondering, because Apple, I would say you are.
Yep.
While this is happening, Jade is slowly getting up, but her left eye is also red. Again, you didn't notice until just now. But Jing, now that Afari's slowly turning back to normal by the looks of it, she's definitely calmed down, and then all of a sudden, the door opens, letting the natural light in and the candles go out. So this is where you guys get to take control.
See what happens.
Okay, so you're...
I'm just waiting out on the couch, so I'm good.
There is... What? How are you waiting out on the couch? There's no couch.
Is there no couch? Okay, well we're just sitting out.
You were still outside.
Oh, did we not come inside?
No, the door didn't open for you. The door wouldn't have opened if you asked it to. But you didn't, by the way.
Oh, I thought, I just thought it was she didn't lock it when she went by, you know?
Nope. The door would not have opened for you.
Alright, well, we'll just wait outside.
Yeah, exactly. You're waiting outside. Even though the door just opened, you're still waiting outside. Thank you. So Apple, I'm guessing you're going over to comfort Jade, see what's going on with her? Okay.
Yep.
Which makes sense. You're walking over to her. She, apart from the streak of red hair on the left of her fringe, and the red eye, she looks unharmed.
I guess
oh, and by the way,
her.
colors, because of the ritual, your spell has also worn off. So her clothes. So what happens is, even though you changed her clothes with the alteration part of the spell, but now, because it didn't actually change the damage dealt to it, it just made it look like it wasn't there. As in with the stats where they remain the same, so too with the damage, and therefore, even though it's now the black felt armor, it's now almost falling apart in itself. So, once for once, but Jinx sees that Afari's arms have returned to normal now, so she gets up and she does a little hand movement which is very similar to what Afari does, but instead of summoning her own Hellion, Afari's Hellion comes out of a portal. And it's still got the two giant knapsacks on either side. One on either side. And she opens up the closest one and begins rummaging through it. And she finds the mage armor that Afari picked up on your way through town. And so she grabs the mage armor and she puts it next to Afari, and then sends the Hellion back away. And a quick reminder for those who don't remember, mage armor, I don't remember exactly what color, I probably said it blue.
Blue, you said.
Yeah,
blue.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. No, it's dark blue.
Dark blue?
So, it's a dark blue set of armor, metal plating, definitely heavy armor, but it's called mage armor because mages use it, and it has no movement penalty, which is why they favor it. It's heavily enchanted to the point where you can't actually add any enchantments onto it.
One question, how can she use it when she's not a mage?
Because mage armor can also be used by demons, provided it's got the right circumstances.
There we go.
Yeah, I wasn't supposed to say that because you guys still kind of don't know.
We kind of know she's a fucking demon now. Like, it's kind of obvious.
Yeah, I know that, but still. No, so I'll explain it for the people at home that still don't know what we're talking about. Jade, sorry. Afari is a tiefling. Tieflings are half demons, half either human, elf, or drow. They've got demonic heritage usually linked to parents or grandparents, and therefore have magical abilities. Sorry, demonic abilities, not necessarily magical abilities, because anybody can have that. But as a side effect of this, they usually have demonic symbols carved into their skins like birthmarks. But these fade over time, and a faded mark is weaker than a fresh mark. So tieflings usually go back over their marks with a dagger to increase the power of it.
You would be the characters that would have self-mutilation as one of their fucking characters' abilities.
What the fuck does that? What the fuck does that mean?
Saying that your character is the person needs to harm himself to get more power.
Yeah, but why would I specifically have that?
It's the way you based your character. I kind of had an that your character might. My head. I thought that I wouldn't be surprised.
Sometimes I hate you. You know that. Of course you know that. I keep saying it. Moving on. So yeah, you notice this is going on. Is anybody doing anything during this time? Because I sometimes feel like I'm just talking too much.
I'm doing.
No, me and Rose are just waiting outside, waiting for you guys.
Okay, well then, in that case... what just happened? In that case, Afari's gonna get up, and she's gonna walk over to Jade. And it looks like she's palming something. By the way, she's got the mage armor on now. So what happened is, Jinx put the mage armor next to Afari. And then with the special ability that nobody else saw, she cloaked Afari in darkness without anybody actually noticing. And then when the darkness dissipated, she was wearing the mage armor. Yeah, just metagaming here because I knew you would call bullshit. She got a nat 20 on the stealth roll for this. So she could have stole your money and you wouldn't even noticed. So be thankful.
I don't have any money, remember?
That's why I didn't have my money on me.
You're just really trying and you're just getting really unlucky. Sorry, dude. Can't help you. It's luck of the dice at the moment. Who happens to not be here.
Literally is luck of the dice. I wouldn't be surprised if Race is doing like rolls, and it's like 100 roll, and he's got you like if you get over 75, you might get a nice peek at something. That's about it. Knowing him, he'd put it higher, but I'm just giving you an example. I wouldn't be surprised if that's what he's doing.
Why did the...
He heard him, he was excited, put it up higher.
Why? Why is this conversation happening?
I don't know,
because he's dirty. And we're waiting on you to do stuff.
Yeah, okay, good point. So yeah, Afari walks over to Jade and she kneels down on one knee and she bows her head and says, "Thank you, you do not know what you've just done for me." And then she stands back up before you can even respond, and she walks over to Jinx, and she kind of just sits down and just sits next to her, not saying a word, in the same pose as she is. So, on her knees, with her hands in her lap. It's okay, I'm getting used to it. Moving on.
To be fair, I'm the only one that's gotten used to it, really.
Yeah. I have to apologize in advance, but I'm sure you guys have noticed I'm getting really tired, so I'm looking for a way to wrap this up to keep the quality of the entire series.
I know, I'm waiting on you guys.
So,
okay,
what happened to Jade if it's not?
What do you mean?
Why don't you ask?
I just did. Because you basically
No, I mean ask Jinx, or ask Thingamabob.
Just ask the question again. Just ask the question again, please. I didn't hear you over them.
So what's happened to Jade now?
Physically or mentally?
Both mentally, physically.
Mentally you don't know, you already know physically. I've already explained that.
Alright.
You have to ask someone who would know.
Or wait. It's usually a waiting game for these types of curses.
Especially seeing as this is all new.
Yeah. I know, you could actually thank a certain somebody that's been affected by this for giving me the idea to actually even consider including curses. Thank you, person I will not name, who just laughed.
Who would? I don't know who you're talking about, like...
Oh yeah, I totally don't either.
You also gave your character a like I suggested.
Rage, yeah, well it makes sense, she's a tiefling. It's easy for a tiefling to lose control of their demonic powers. So rage mode only made sense.
Yeah, but then they lose like their rational thought, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. We're ending it here, by the way, guys. We're ending it here, by the way, guys. Yeah. Yes, we are, because I'm getting sick of this.
I need sleep.
It's been 4 hours. Everybody needs to go to sleep. I'm getting sick of being GM.
But okay.
I need sleep.
Okay, look.
I just figured Michael would want to know what happened to his woman.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, don't know. But I will say this while we're still on stream, Colors. Hang on, let Michael talk first, because he can leave before we do.
Would the thing be called curse? Because I'm just adding it to a list now.
Yeah, just call it demon curse for now.
Right.
Actually, call it ritual curse. Ritual curse. That way I remember how she got it.
Ritualistic curse.
No, please no.
Whatever.
Ritual curse.
Alright.
It just sounds bland, so...
I'm actually going to end the stream here because we're going to be talking about meta things now. We've already started a little bit, but yeah, righto. Thank you for tuning in though. If you want to see the rest of the series, including the prologue, you can check out Color's channel, where he has the entire prologue from start to finish. And obviously this being the fourth attempt of the second episode, I have the first episode up, as well as a solo episode I did with Michael to get to this point. And
which
so,
didn't turn out well, but, you know.
Yeah, well, you win some, you lose some, right?
Yeah, no.
At least we know we can't do it now. Okay, but yeah, we're gonna end this one here. Sorry for another long video, but I have to admit, I kinda like these long streams. Personally, as a viewer, I love watching them. I know you guys don't necessarily agree with me, Colors especially.
No, I'm fine with it. It's just the people who are interested in the series, they want to wrestle. I know that's me.
And besides that, I love how YouTube has the ability where it saves relatively where you are within 10 minutes. So you can leave the video and come back and it will be within 10 minutes of when you left.
Yeah, you can just like you can just watch a few episodes here and there. You don't have to watch it all at once.
Well, other than that, guys.
Yeah, it's bloody
going
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
night, Michael. Have a good swap.
Don't. Careful what you say.